Hello and welcome to Playing Hardball.
The centuries pass. 300 years since a brave hero's army struck down the Shadow Lord, banishing him from the world of air.
Yes.
300 years and heroes become legends. Legends become myth. Myth fades from memory. But now, thunder whispers in the east. A new empire rises, clad with might and splendor. Conquering the earth with magic and iron. But darkness rides with them, and shadowy tendrils reach across the land. A power that twists reality and threatens our world. Once again, Air calls for a hero to unite it against a terrible foe. A general to forge a powerful army. A general to lead them into battle. A general to defy the coming storm.
It is Panzer General 2, the sequel to the old and quite legendary title Fantasy General. One of these, well, you could say clones of the old and really good Panzer General concept. And in today's introduction and review after 100%, so I played this main campaign here, we are also looking into the old game, just to have a little comparison. And well, they made some choices here. The graphics are awesome. Yeah, and I want to give you a short summary first. So, what is this game? It's this hex-based strategy title. The old one was quite a legendary game with a lot of fans. Yeah. Probably not as many as for the Panzer General series. As we know, fantasy is not for everyone, but I personally felt that they introduced some very interesting concepts. For example, that units could have wounds instead of just dead casualties, and some other mechanics, also magic spells and stuff like that. So that was a very interesting concept. And now let's look at the sequel. So, we will play the first mission, and I'm going to show you some stuff about this title here. Let's have a look at the campaign. And by the way, so they also have some other things here. You can have multiplayer. Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. So they modernize it. That's for sure. They modernize it, and there are also some DLCs available, like Empire Acclaimed, for example. So this here is what they think is a long barbarian campaign, but it's just something like that's one of my criticisms actually. 23 scenarios, yeah, something around 23 missions, while the old game was much longer. There it was something like 55 missions. But yeah, you can't have it all, I guess. So here, so the story is that 300 years have passed, as we just learned, and we are a barbarian. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, and well, in the old game, it was the story was a little bit bleak. There was the Shadow Lord, and well, a general needed to rise and help people regain their freedom, and then you fought over a number of continents where you could choose some of the missions. Others had to be done. To defeat one of the generals that was responsible for that continent of the Shadow Lord, and then in the end the Shadow Lord himself. And now a lot of time has passed, and yeah, people have all but forgotten about the Shadow Lord and what happened back then, but well, there are still some who remember. And what I liked about this here is that there are also references, a lot of references to all the heroes in the old game. So that was pretty cool. So, and here we can choose different, well, you could say, let's say for our main hero at least, different character build, so to speak. This is a melee guy, a war leader, and someone who smashes people and monsters with his magic hammer, or we have a more like a ranged beastmaster, someone who shoots and can work with animals. It is actually recommended to have this guy because he's tankier. And there's a special thing, so the clans, the barbarian clans, so they don't earn any money just by controlling settlements or so and taxing them or so, but they raid. So that's their economic approach, raiding and taking away. And they also gain spirit power whenever a unit dies, and they can also cast some spells there. Let me just check here something with the sound. So let's turn the sound a little bit down. So let's take this guy here. I found it's actually a better choice. Also as a war leader, he has some more influence over the other units here. Found that more interesting. So choosing this one, different difficulty levels. Let's take legend, so I can embarrass myself. Legendary. Let's take legendary. So enemy scaling. No. And then Iron Maiden. Yeah, why not? So, but we are just playing the first episode, or the first mission, because I just want to show that, and so we can have a look at what they actually changed. The winter is near, son, and the harvest was poor this year. We need to get food for the clan to survive. Clan Donach has more than enough wealth to spare. There's a chance to prove your mettle. Raid their steeds and bring back home some good loot. We're the raiders after all. Thank you for trusting me with this, father. Yeah, Clan Donach won't even see me coming. I will raid them and return laughing at them, scratching their heads. I know, son. This is why I trust you with this task. Take some of our younglings with you. They seem as eager to prove themselves as you. Be quick, son. This is a raid, not a war party. And watch out for dire wolves. They are roaming the highlands again, all hunger and teeth. May our ancestors watch over you. Yes, father. By the way, we notice he lost one of his eyes there. So, and then we can see the graphics are quite interesting. We have a fog of war. And we've got these younglings here. And we have wealth, so that's an interesting concept. It is reduced by 1, usually in every scenario, per turn. From fleeing populations. Also, well, you are also reducing this quicker by raiding. There is a settlement here. But the higher this region wealth is while you raid, the better your chances are to get something good. So let's bring our guys here. Doesn't really matter where they are. Here, like this. So these here, Thoralf's pack, light shock infantry, they are just younglings. 2 younglings, and we've got some girls with us as well. And they are spears. They are light spear infantry, so there we go. That's our deployment phase, like in most hex-based games. I love hex-based games because I love the form, the hex. When I have a lot of good experience with games based on this concept. And here in this first mission, so we are to raid those guys, ending the deployment. So now we can see what's going on here. We cannot buy anything here. Inventory. We have an inventory, so we can get items, artifacts, weapons, and other stuff that we can use to equip our guys and gals here. And in the beginning, they have artifact slots. So later on in this introduction, after a good spoiler warning though, I will also go deeper into the game, and then we will look also at some late game stuff. So, but here, zooming in and out, that's what we can do. So they really modernized it nicely. We can also scroll around, look around, rotate around. So that's pretty nice. I like the graphics a lot. That's really nice. Here also our guys and gals there. Yeah, very nice actually. Very nicely done there. So let's get a north-south. So like this more or less. So these are our girls. And let's look at them. So here, hire new units or mercenaries and deploy them on the battlefield. So we can't do that right now because we also don't have any money here. And you can also immediately see the unit development roster. So, and that's my first criticism of the game actually. Like it looks interesting, but like in the long term, I didn't feel it was interesting enough, because in the old game in Fantasy General you had a research tree, and you could allocate. We will have a look at that one later when we look at the old game. You could allocate the looted gold and that what you found and stuff like that, and decided into which type of unit you wanted to invest in. So that all this old game worked like this stone, paper, scissors principle. So like, for example, that light infantry in close quarter environment like forest or swamp or so has an advantage over heavy infantry, for example, but of course has huge disadvantages in open terrain. Also, for example, against cavalry that can just ride over them or so. Yeah, and things like that. And I mean, they have this principle in here to a degree, but I felt that it kind of didn't matter so much. Yeah, so the environment didn't seem to play such a big role, and that's actually, for a strategy game, it makes it less interesting. But of course, I think that was a decision that they made to address also more casual gamers. Yeah. But that of course makes it less interesting for hardcore guys and girls, and maybe also those who consider themselves a little bit smarter. And I personally feel that, I mean, like Slytherin, they claim that they do hardcore strategy games, but I don't think that this is actually a hardcore strategy game. Yeah? So I played this one, I think, on the very high difficulty, not legendary here. But let's see how this goes. But as we can see here, we can immediately see, and that's why I'm showing it now, it's not really a spoiler. You can upgrade this, and you need to upgrade, you need to get these resources here. So gold is actually not that big of a deal, most of the time at least, but what I found, what is really scarce is the magic here, the liquid mana that you need, so you can make them here magic spear infantry. Like these winged maidens, they have a jump capability that's pretty good. Yeah, or like with mundane stuff, armor or weapons. So these are the three resources: weapons, armor, and liquid mana to upgrade your units. The men have a different roster, and then there are a few other unit types, also lizards, which is quite cool actually. But there are actually usually something like 3 tiers of units. And yeah, I feel that it wasn't, that's kind of not enough. Yeah, I mean, it is enough, you know, for some experiments and so on, and I never even had a Thane because I felt that other units were more useful than this one guy. And we already have our main hero here who provides an effect. Like the Thane, I think he's got the war leader as well, the aura. Yeah? But I mean, I think it is sufficient. Yeah? It's not great. I don't find it really great or excellent or so, but it's sufficient. Yeah? It's not really a super bad aspect of the game or so, but it could have been much better. Yeah? So like the decision to make the research tree like this. Yeah, you can have X-Men, heavy X-Men, they are mundane. Getting the berserkers, upgrading them either into these magic berserkers or the werebears. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but it never, to me personally, it never felt like a super big development in this game. Yeah, and also like the choice to have these barbarians and they can only have slingers. These are trackers here. I found them very useful in the mid to long term, just to do some recon here. What I do like is that these units all have a higher role-playing aspect here, with lots of skills. That's making things quite more interesting. Yeah, defensive fire with the slingers, but in my opinion, the slingers are actually just like an infantry unit that can also fire at a distance and provide some defensive fire, because they are better in close range. Point blank deals plus 100% damage when attacking adjacent targets. That's what you actually want to do if you can. And otherwise they are actually defensible enough. Yeah, they can defend themselves well enough, at least like here on the higher levels. Here we can see they are getting some armor there, and especially here the armored guys, or these guys here. Yeah, they also shoot first before they're being attacked. So the regular thing and thought that you usually have is that units like that, they are weak and should be kept away from infantry, so that doesn't really apply to these barbarians here. Yeah? And well, with the ladies, they can... I had one wolf mother, we will look at her later when we look into the late game. They have in principle, like you would think that they are pretty good against cavalry, and that's true, so they can break the charge. Here, this one. No, that's the javelin. So these are the skirmishers. Here, the spear maidens. So they can break with the boar spears. Cannot be charged by an attacker. So that's the advantage of cavalry. Here, the spears, the magic shock cavalry. So that's our only real cavalry unit. But due to the fact that we are also most of the time operating in forest and swamp and stuff like that, there's actually not such a big role for cavalry. Yeah. So let's walk up. We're doing a right click. And by the way, they do have some additional interesting mechanics here. So we see the hidden thing here, the blue eye. So we are sneaking up on them right now. They don't know that we are here. Yeah. So let's move around. Oh. But we are still hidden. So these wolves there, they can't sniff us. They are famished wolves. They can be pretty nasty. Rotten teeth. Expendable weak ambush. Forest fight on all terrain, yeah? So these are the these are also younglings. Okay, well then let's go here. We're staying out of sight. And these guys, they are also younglings. And they have a viewing range of 3. So, but that's all that we could do. We have our action. That's certainly an improvement, because I just noticed in the old game that once you end or you deselect a unit, then you're also losing the action. That was really bad. Very bad game design back then in the original game. Although you could actually already cancel the move, and if you had misclicked, then you could bring the unit back to its original position. So that was good. And we have this one here as well, of course. Oh no, we don't. We don't actually. And that's also quite bad. But well, here we are. So let's end the turn. And we are seeing that our region wealth is reducing. Although I don't know why anybody would flee from us right now. Because they don't know that we are coming, right? But well. So, and here we are the hero. Yeah. Well, we can't get around. Well, let's go here. And we can't get into the water. That's a bit bad, but well, whatever. And we don't want our guys to die. We also have this thing here. Here, this represents all the people in the unit. Yeah. And they can be hurt. And by resting, they can replenish their HP, or they can also be healed in the game later on with consumables or with spells or something. But if they are dead they don't get replenished unless you have a special item, for example. There's also a rejuvenation potion, for example. Yeah, you don't want that because then you're losing the experience. And so far it's also a good thing to attack first with someone who can't die in that sense, unless in case of our hero here, our whole hit points are reduced to 0. So let's attack, and then we are killing one of them. Or 2 even. No, just one. One fell over. I like the idea behind this one. And then you guys, attack them. There you go. And we killed one. 2 of our guys. We have a problem here with those, with the wolves. You guys go here, and then our spear girls, you can just go here. And usually in the game you want to see to it that you are exploring everything, because there are also explorable locations. And you get resources there. Yeah. And by the way, the hero has also an upgrade tree with things to do. So making him tougher, you can build him as a superhero that is here with this thunder hammer, for example, that has electricity charge and messes up people. I built him more like as a war leader, because I felt here with the supply limit. So here we've got the supply limit, that is how many units we can have. And some units that we can also get later on, they use up more resources. Here, for example, here it says 1. Okay, like the men, they all have only 1. Okay, but there are others, like the women. Okay, no, it's just because, yeah, they are just barbarians. Okay, then they all use 1, but you can have other units later on. Also monsters, depending on your choices, and they might use up more. Like, for example, grand lizards or something, yeah, like, or trolls or so. So, well, then here we are. We can't do anything else. Then let's end the turn. They are charging our guys. We have casualties there. That's not good. And now the wolves are coming. But we ambushed them. That's great. That was really good right now. That saved these guys, by the way. Yeah, that is also a nice thing here. So they can ambush. That's the ability. Yeah, that was pretty good there. I did it intuitively, by the way. I didn't even know that. So our hero attacks first again. There you go. But by the way, we can only move and then attack. And not attack and then move, which I don't like that too much, but well. And you guys, yeah, you have a disadvantage there, or you could come from the river now. Yeah, okay, we don't have a casualty there. There, good. Mess up more of them, and then you guys, you kill them now. Here, we see the skull with the crossbones there. This will be a kill. There is a random-based number thing. Yeah, so like sometimes this doesn't work, but now we got lucky. So, and now this is an additional free action. We can raid the settlement as a free action. So, and there we go. I like the, here, look at this with the burning buildings there. And Thorolf's pack, you finish off the wolves. You will suffer some casualties there, but yeah, just wounded fortunately. And now the wolves will run away. But this is what we could do here right now. And I think we could have, by the way, in theory, when controlling the settlement, we could actually buy something. But we don't have enough resources, not enough supply. So we have to make do with these units here, ending the turn. The wolves are running away. Okay, good. And, they stashed away some gold. So, well, we need to hunt for these wolves. So let's look around. On the other hand, yeah, well, they will come for us. You guys, the girls. Oh yeah, there are more. Oh yeah, here, there's something. And there are also usually interesting locations like shrines or caves or so, as I said before. And we definitely want to get them. And this one here gives us an additional ability, which is regeneration. So every turn our units will regenerate 10 hit points. So yeah, this would be good, because then we can just keep running around and we are not going to... Oh yeah, here. We are not going to waste time resting them. So let's go here, although it might be a mistake actually. So now I want to demonstrate something. So here we would get some more casualties here. And now I would, if I wanted to think, okay, well, maybe this was a bad choice and I should rather rest. No, I can't go back. Yeah. And I personally find that this is a bad feature in this game, so you cannot cancel your move. Yeah, now they are standing here. And, but at least we can deselect them and they still keep their action. But we cannot really do anything else right now. So we are splitting up now. But this here, attacking them now, should hopefully... We have a charge advantage there. Yeah, and we have 3 dead guys now. That's not good. And the forest breaks the charge, by the way. So these wolves, they also should have a charge attack. Forest fighter ambush. They are weak and expendable. Okay, no, they actually... and they have rotten teeth. They are weak. Weak wolves. Well, let's go here. We need to move around and get going. But you guys, you need to find the wolves. Where are the wolves now? Yeah, that's not good. They will rest now. You can only rest if you do not move. Okay, that's it. I'm taking some risks here, of course. Also to demonstrate the game. Those wolves are running away as well. Okay, that's good. Then you guys get into the shrine so we can immediately reap the benefit of regeneration. You don't want to run into the unexplored, but let's do this right now. Because it was actually logical that there was another road here. Well, they are going to explore this one here. There might be something there. And our hero goes not there because there is certainly someone here in the settlement. So let's go here on the river. And you guys need to find the wolves. Where could they be? Maybe here? Oh yeah, there. Ambush. Crap. But they're... Oh yeah, here they... Okay, but now we can kill them. So we can see this, right? So they are resting here. Killing them. Good. No more trouble from those wolves. And by the way, with them we can just keep running now. So they don't have a death or so. They lost roughly, what is it, 72 points. Where we can keep exploring over there. So let's end the turn. Everybody moved. Then you guys check out the area down here. Okay, there's nothing here. The map ends there. You guys are in a little bit of danger here, but let's keep going. There are the wolves. Oh crap. They can still do the ambush. Okay. Okay, well, that is a costly attack. Then let's go here. The wolves are running. Oh, there is no one there. Okay, well. And then you guys. Well, you can come here. So there was nothing here. Nothing special. And half of the wealth is already gone. Ending the turn. Oh yeah, here, there they come. Okay. Resting. Okay. Well, looks like we are not having any surprise. Okay, and sometimes being curious also backfires, because now we have the spears here, where they can't help us. You guys go here. And we should actually pull them back, but I want them to be resting there. You guys, our hero, attack. Disturbing their resting, by the way. Can you guys kill them off now? Yes, you can. Okay, let's do this. Good. They are gone now. Very good. We are at very high risk now. Yep, they could kill them off now. They can just go there now. I guess it's going to happen. So we are probably going to lose them. So that was certainly a bad move. You don't want to do that. But we could also not... I think we could have rested. But they could have... Oh no, they couldn't have gone here. Okay. Yeah, it's because they can go around like so. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Or so. Or the movement points cost 1.3. Because they are also light infantry. So they are going to attack them and kill them off, I guess. Although we are not losing them. Unless we get super unlucky or so. Yeah. Ending the turn. Yep, they're coming now. Okay. Breaking the charge. Yep. One of our guys is still alive. Yep. And now we need to get out of here. You guys. Let's move up the road. That's quicker. You can also... Oh yeah, here. Coming from behind. So far it was actually a good distraction. So they come from here and they are raiding the village. You guys. Run away. And then you are going to rest. And Faliason, you go here. Oh, that was actually also a mistake. They could go after them now. Yeah, they could. Okay. Ugh. Okay, well. I was just thinking of the future, so we can get into that direction more quickly. Okay, well, but it's legendary difficulty, of course. So, let's end the turn. But we have an advantage here because we have the regeneration now. We are here. And we found some weapons, alright? And now, the thing is, we could, in theory, with one weapon, if we had 55 gold, we could make them javelin throwers. Which is not so bad, because then we can attack an enemy with skirmish weapons. That's the different weapon type and attack type. That they can't attack back unless they also have skirmish weapons, yeah, like throwing spears or so. You guys, for you it's time to rest. We could also upgrade someone. Yeah, we could have slingers here. That's actually, that would be good. Slingers are good. Yeah, let's make them slingers actually. Let's have one slinger here, so there. And they just become slingers just like that. So. But we could also shoot at them from here. Let's stay there. And then our hero, yep, can finish them off very good. We have only 2 turns left. 2 turns worth of wealth. And yeah, looting anything now would result in only minor gains or so, if any, by the way. So, but here we are, ending the turn. Then you go here. You guys move here. This is a fort or something. No, a fort, I mean. And then you go here. It's really bad that we had 3 kills there, because they will lose a lot of experience. So you guys, you can go here behind the planes. Do we see something? There is someone, yeah. That was of course not smart, because it was foreseeable that there was someone in the settlement who could look for 3, but I also hope that we can drag them out of the settlement. But yeah, we are out of region wealth anyway. Doesn't matter at this point. No, they are staying there, okay. Faleson, you go forward. Oh, there's someone else there, okay. And now we have an advantage because there's a rough field and we have this ability here. Plenty of ammo on rough. So we are finding some stones there that our rather primitive slingers can use. And you guys, I mean, it's in the settlement. It's not such an effective attack, but it's better than nothing. Our spears run around and along the road, and you guys go around here. And here, look at the graphics, by the way. So this here is the burned settlement. Still people around who fled into the forest, of course. And here we are. And one thing on the other hand is also, like a strategic thing, is even though you might not have any more region wealth left, that gives you at least enough time then to be careful and to search for stuff. But usually you want to be as quick as possible to gain as much stuff as possible out of locations and settlements to raid. There they come. They did not attack. Okay, well then you fire at them. Falesong goes here. We need to disturb them while resting. Good. And then our spear girls. You guys could go there. Let's go here. And this is a good thing that we can surround them now, because there is indeed a flanking bonus. Yeah. As we can see on the left side here, what I really like about the game is that they have this rather quick and easy way to see what will be the outcome of the attack. And we can also click Control, and then we can mouse over here. So we are flanking them thanks to our other units here. And they are also weak, these guys. Why are they weak? They are weak. Okay. Something is going on here, So we shot them. Then our ladies can attack. Because they are fresh. Good. And then you guys finish them off. And then they have also defensive fire. Very good. In case they are attacking here. And if they are hurting our hero, it doesn't really matter so much, because we are not, we have only one entity here, one person. So that's fine. And they are indeed attacking him because they don't get any defensive fire there. Okay, then we are firing only for 18. Oops. Right click. There you go. Then you go around. Attack once more. And our spear girls, you go in. Oh yeah, you are actually making the attack. And what I also kind of like, but sometimes it's also bad, is that we are always immediately marching into the area that we attack. It's not always a good idea. Let's raid this to win the scenario. But they could also, let's go here to look around a little bit more. Is there anything there? We don't see anything. Well, it shall remain a mystery then. If something would have been here, I don't think so. And there, we've raided enough to last us the winter. Let's get home before the Donach warriors catch up with us. So, we won the scenario. So, and that's how it works. And then we get something in general as I'm not sure like if this is like a fixed one that we always get, or if it's also more if we are very quick or so. But the quicker we are, the more resources we get, the more gold. Usually it's just gold. And here we they killed one of the spear girls, huh? Yeah. And here we can see we lose the experience for the casualties. So no way around that. So and then we have done me proud, son. This will feed our clan for the long nights ahead. Well, what are the Donachs eating, by the way? Well, not much then. Narrator. Our winter supply secured, we return to the quiet life in our father's halls. A few weeks later, our father calls us to his side. We have a visitor tonight, son. Dowell Ravencloak is coming here. I don't know what he wants, but many say where the black bard goes, trouble follows, so we best not anger him. Treat him with respect, but keep your wits about you. A man dressed in a white-black cloak made of black feathers enters the hall, carrying a long trumpet, crowned with a boar's hat. His face is hidden by his hood and his boots are frayed and muddy. Thank you for welcoming me to your stead. I won't trouble you for too long. I just want to rest my weary bones by the fire for a night. You're welcome to my house and hearth. Sit and eat with us. We don't have much, but what we have we gladly share. This is very kind of you, chieftain. I thank you for your offer. Oh, is that your son? It's been a decade since I last saw him. He looks like a fine warrior. The bard's dark eyes seem to peer directly into our soul. Tell me, son of Thalia, what do you seek in life? Oh, what do we seek? So, and there we have, by the way, that's the nice thing here. There are always some choices and they often enough have an effect. So let's say maybe glory in battle. I want to lead our clan to many victories, inspiring our warriors. Or blood and rage. I want to rally a horde of berserkers around me and overrun my enemies. Or might in combat. I want to be the strongest warrior Caledonia has seen. So then this would be the more egotistical approach. Or, well, this is the true barbarian approach probably. Or here the clan. Think of our clan, right? That's the true leader. So glory in battle. Is that so? Then let us all ask the ancestors to make you a brave leader and guide you to your destiny. Now, forgive me. I am weary after a long day's walk and must rest. What have you done? I felt a touch of cold freezing me to my bones. Did you indeed? Must have been a draft of night air from the outside. I will see you in the morning, Thalason. Sleep well. Then here, this is the next mission. Sometimes there are more popping up, so we have to decide which one to do. And sometimes this is also cutting off other missions, so we have to be careful. Let's look at our guys. Aha! And we got something. Path of the Leader. And now we've got this aura. Plus 1 morale for our units and 10% damage in a range of 2. So that's pretty nice. And this is also a thing, like in certain things that we can explore our units, or the unit that is exploring this location gets this additional ability here. And that's pretty cool. Later on in the game we can also upgrade our units some more. Our heroes, there will be more special people. They have the ability to train our guys and gals. And by the way, we just got something here. Supply +4. And we received this promotion, yeah. So, and well, we only got 1 weapon, but now we've got 100 gold. Can we do anything? No, we can't. We need resources. So, yeah. So we would need the weapons or armor then. And for these guys, armor. So I felt that the X-Men were really good. But also the berserkers. So they are really the big damage dealers. And especially against very dangerous magic troops later on. So, and I followed a balanced approach. I wanted to have, and also I wanted to see them all, of course. So I made it really a thing to get every unit, so I could have a look at all of them. You know? And I like the artwork. So that's certainly one very positive thing here. Yeah, although like it doesn't feel like too much stuff, but there are also different factions also that we can make part of our battle group. And well, we will explore all of this here. There are also some secrets here on the map. And in time we shall gain some insight into those. Yeah, so this here is the Empire. And I like the interactive map here. So we are gaining some knowledge about the world if we are interested. So we can mouse over this here and read some stuff. Yeah, so this here is the clan area, so the barbarians. And then there are other clans. There are the Sunken Lands, castle waiting a legendary battle site from the Shadow Wars. This ruined castle shrouded in perpetual mists. And Krell's Tower. We are going to remember the name Krell in just a moment, right? So, and this is the game. I think I don't need to show much more. But what I certainly liked is also the attention to detail in the world building, in the graphic design. We are going to have a look at those things. So because I recorded some clips during the playthrough. But that is all already behind my spoiler warning. Yeah. But like maybe for now, so now we've got a look at the game so far, and now we are going to look at the old game. Yeah, because it is actually still available for free online. But you can also probably more conveniently get it at Steam or so, probably also at GOG, because it's just a classic. But it's also like free. You can play it with DOSBox. It's a pretty easy thing. And yeah, I think that's it actually. So so I felt that the campaign is maybe a little bit short, but on the other hand, it's also not too short. Yeah, and I think they made the decision. Okay, we will make the game. It's a good game, I find, but it's not excellent. And I think some of the design decisions, like especially about the unit development and the whole thing is a little bit questionable in comparison to the old Fantasy General, because if you use the name, then people will expect something, and while it's okay to modernize it and change it to a degree, I think this year is maybe one of the biggest weaknesses. Yeah, I mean, it's not uninteresting, but I found that the old system was actually also cool, and they probably shouldn't have used the name in the first place. That's my personal opinion. They should have made this one a different game, a different franchise, and it would have been good. Yeah, it's a very good game. Or maybe, depending on your opinion and your taste, it's a good game too, very good. It's not excellent. And I'm going to get into the deeper reasons later, but now I don't want to spoil anymore. But it's certainly worth playing, so you've got a quite good variety of units. Not as huge as in the old game, I think. But of course, like it takes more effort to animate the units, as we just saw, right? So, and that's one of the reasons why more modern games usually have a lower variety of enemies, because it just is more. It's more effort, yeah. And while in the old game, you had at least 1 or 2 new units in every mission, and that was pretty awesome. But of course, that was just pixel graphics. So now let's have a short look at the old game. So, and here let's have a little look at the old game, Fantasy General, at archive.org. It is possible to check it out, and I'm not sure, like I've never used this one before. It is possible to play the game in DOSBox, of course. Yeah, if you have something like the old games, they are actually usually free, but you can also get them more conveniently at Steam, for example. But let's have a look. So the original game, which I personally loved a lot, and this is one of the few games that I personally played several times even, I think like 3 times or so. Here it was like this. So you had the chance or the opportunity to choose a main hero, so to speak. Oops, here. A main hero, which was Lord Marcus. You can read it here. So I personally liked the mage best because he had a few spells to cast per battle, and I felt that most helpful. But you could also, depending on your preferences, have this guy here, for example, Lord Marcus. He has better conditions to recruit infantry. He's famous, so I guess there are more mercenaries, so more auxiliary troops and stuff like that. Then the Knight Marshal Callis or something I think he's got a healing spell or so, and he has some advantages, which means he can recruit better cavalry and is researching them better. Yeah, it's charismatic. It's also possibly a thing about recruiting auxiliary units or something. And then here, this one, I found this one interesting, Sorceress Mordra, and she could summon the monsters, so the beasts, as we can see here. So she already starts with 2 lizardmen, but in the long term, the problem with these summonable units is that they can't upgrade, yeah, and you want your units to upgrade because it will take a while for them to get experience, of course, so several missions, and in the later game, obviously these first phase units, they're not that competitive anymore. So, but yeah, let's have a look here at my personal favorite, the Archmage Krell. Can also, yeah, it doesn't matter right now. So let's start a game here.
The time of waiting is over. No longer shall we bend beneath the oppression of the shadow.
Okay, well, we've got some audio problems, so let's, we don't need to do this here. So the thing is, the storytelling in the old game, yeah, it was rather minimal, but it was like this. There are several continents like this, and you can choose the missions. Here, press this button to buy or upgrade units and to distribute items. Let's have a look at that. So this is our army, and the master Krell starts with some air warriors. Okay, so they're actually not that good. May buy 4 units. Okay, and we have 50 gold pieces. Okay, so and then, so in the old game it was also like this. You have mortal units, which would be this infantry here. You have magic units, where you can see the symbol here, the melee attack. This is the magic symbol. So this is a magic attack. While this guy has a mundane attack, yeah. Siege engines. This here, there are also other units, but with the siege engine, so this should be, no, it's also race mortal. Well, do we actually have anything? Oh no, you're getting it later. Okay, you're getting that later. Race is mortal. Here the machines or mechanical or something. Yeah, so that's something that is very good against magic units, but is also quite vulnerable against magic attacks. Yeah, so but we can see here. So I found this one more interesting than in the new Fantasy General 2, because here you have the a better thing with this rock paper scissor thing. Yeah, for example, light infantry in close quarters like forests or so, or in towns, usually has an advantage over heavy infantry, or like in swamps especially. You can easily imagine how that is. Yeah, people here with heavy armor, they are sinking into the forest, into the swamp or so, or can't move in the brush. And then the light infantry has advantages, of course. Also light infantry to hunt down maybe other units in difficult terrain. Skirmishers were a unit that can soften up enemies. And by the way, they're actually really cheap here for just 4 gold pieces. And we've got 50 here. Archers have the super good advantage of giving defensive fire to adjacent units that are being attacked. So in the second row, you usually want some bowmen. They are the only ones that can give defensive fire. And then cavalry is very good in open terrain. Of course, here we've got some unicorns. They are magic units. Light cavalry, that's also a skirmish attack. Yeah, so they have the advantage that they are actually your recon, so to speak. Yeah. Here, search is 5. They can see for 5 tiles, while the other units usually have a search range of 3 or even only 2. Yeah, skirmishers are better. Yep, the skirmishers are, so to speak, the recon units. Light cavalry, then sky hunters. They are your fighter plane, so to speak. Here we've got, the wyverns. They are mortal units. These guys here, wing riders. They are magic, the magic race. Bombardiers. So, and by the way, this is just the first mission, right? So, and there's a huge research tree, how the guys can develop actually. Magic balloon hangers and mortal hawk riders. Siege engines, so here this was the catapults. Yeah, these can be upgraded later on. Spellcasters, just the apprentices. Let's put the exit here, so on. And here this one, press this button to allocate new gold rewards. Yeah, and this is the very interesting feature that I personally really liked. So you can allocate the gold that you are earning after a mission. You can also reduce it. Then we can see percentage to spend. Yeah, so to invest into new units. If you say, okay, I'm not going to invest into spellcasters right now or so. But usually it's a good idea. I mean, you can push something, for example, to get certain things like archers, for example, quicker. But in my opinion, it's always a good thing to have a good mix, yeah, because as we just learned, certain types of troops they have advantages over others. So Sky Hunters, for example, they have a huge advantage in the sky against anything else, and they can of course swoop down and attack other units as well. For example, siege engines or so, right? Or like now archers probably not. So I think archers are also pretty good at shooting down air units. Yeah, and by the way, obviously they are the only ones that can actually attack them. Could be that the skirmishers and the light cavalry could also hit them depending on what they do. So, but here we have light cavalry here. So let's have one unit of heavy infantry. Let's purchase this one, so we can have 4. But we have already a lot of infantry here, these treemen, so they are pretty good. We can't even get them, so that should be heavy infantry. We can't get them yet. And let's have 1 archer. Purchase that one. Cavalry. Let's have squires, yeah, to hunt down someone in open terrain. And we have already light cavalry. And I think I'd like some wyverns maybe. So we only have 17 gold left. Oh, that's not so good. Okay. We can't afford. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay. We can't afford anything now. But we can also buy something later. Or then let's have another archer. Let's get this one. So, and we've got a wand of fireballs, by the way. So there's also this interesting thing that we can find magic items and other relics and stuff like that in the game world, like when we are checking out shrines or caves or something like that, and we can give 1 artifact to each unit, up to 1. So then it would make sense that our little conjurers here, they get the wand of fireballs, cast short-range magical attacks. So there, and now it's attached here. We can see it here with this icon there. So like that, and then let's play attack the enemy here or here. So the Scarlet Plain or the Far Reach Valley. I personally played the game like this. Because I also enjoyed it so much. I actually played all the missions and then decided, okay, which one did I want to do. And usually you have a choice, yeah. And this first continent is of course very straightforward. So I guess the next one is one thing here, and then so it's 3 missions or so. But let's start here, the Far Reach Valley. The Council of 5 has scryed Far Reach Valley, but has found only scattered indications of King Drugger's forces. So King Drugger being one of these generals that work for the Shadow Lord, whom we need to defeat, right? So a decisive attack is needed to compel King Drugger's forces to retreat from the region. So there we are. So and then it's rather small here. So then we have the treemen now. Oh yeah. So we don't really have a list or so. Air warriors. And here, heavy infantry. Let's put them here. Slingers. Bowmen, 2 archers, and cavalry can go in the back row because and the light cavalry, or let's put the light cavalry here. Spellcasters, because the cavalry has more movement points, obviously. So, and here we can see there are, here, standing stones. So this is a thing that we need to get. Nissi is the only town, so I guess if we take this one, we are winning the scenario probably. Or maybe we need to win over every location. I'm not sure. So, but here, end placement. So there. Archmage Krell, turn 1, 10 turns to go. So let's go. Let's bring our. Like they are here, and they could go there, okay. Well, it depends, so we don't see any enemies right now. Or then let's move here, maybe we see something. Do you see something? No, you don't. Okay. Ah, yeah, and here, by the way, we can look at them by clicking on them once again. So, well, then let's go there. Do you see something? Oh, no, still no enemy contact. Okay. That is a thing. So, well, then let's build a defensive line here. So, archers go there. You guys go here. You go here. Ah, yeah, you go there. Now then you guys go here. And here we are a little bit wasted with the heavy treatment, but they are so good. Let's look at them. Melee 17. So they don't need any support, I guess. And you guys right there. Let's stay behind the tree man. And you guys, you check out what's going on up there. Okay. Aha, there's someone. Okay. Oh yeah, here. We've got some orcs. And we've got goblins. Okay. So, I mean, we can see the graphics are obviously quite basic. But functional back in the day. So here, cast character spells. So this is what we can do. I'm not entirely certain. Could be that we can only cast this here once per battle. So we've got 4 spells then. And maybe we get something else at some point. Not sure. So if we were to cast a fireball, we don't know what's happening. But let's not cast it yet. Rather cast it once we are close to them. So let's cast weakness maybe. So because these guys, can we actually see something? Like if we click on them, so they have movement 4 and the orcs are heavy infantry 2. 1, 2, aha. They can't reach us. So the goblins might attack our light infantry here though. And they surely will. Unless they can't see us. And here, and clicking again. So this is also something I liked, and you remember probably that the artwork was also mentioned in the introduction of Fantasy General 2. And that's a nice thing. So they have the little picture here of every unit type, and I like the style. And also the world creation, so to speak. So and then here, these guys can search for 3 and move for 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ah, yeah, we are still out of range though, so they don't see us. Depends what they are doing. Let's see. So let's not waste the. Or maybe, no, let's cast this weakness, then we can see what happens, actually. Yeah? Oh, that is actually, okay, well. Then they will most likely rest now, but then we can attack them again. Okay, so weakness causes wounds. And that's the new thing that they introduced with Fantasy General, the wound system. So. Because as we recall from the old Panzer General series, there you can only have casualties, obviously. But here you could not only have dead units, but also just wounded. And with resting, you can heal them up. So, but that's it here. So let's end the turn. Where is it here? We can save. We don't want to quit. What is it here? Ah, yeah, here, probably. Next unit, no. Go to unit. Show terrain. View flying. View strategic map. Here. The strategic map is small, of course, in this mission. Show wounds. Show score. We don't have any right now. Campaign losses. Hide AI move. Ah, here, down here. End turn. So there. Or King Drugger. Oh, yeah, they're coming in. Oh! We are disordered. Our squires are disordered. Okay, so there they came. So they've got a lot of goblins there. Okay. Ah, yeah, and they healed up now. Okay, so we wasted the Ah, yeah, okay. But now we know also we can cast all of these spells once per turn, or one spell once per turn, right? So that's actually... Oh. No. Right click. That's actually interesting. Then let's bring these guys forward. You go here and you attack them. Ah, yeah, here. And here in the lower left box, we can see the estimate. So we will kill 1 goblin and wound 2 probably. Let's do it. Okay, we didn't hit one of them. Dead. That was not such a good attack. But in the open terrain, our heavy infantry is actually doing well against light infantry. So let's move forward, and then you guys, yeah, you are messing them up. 2-8. 1-9 even, and they're disordered. All right. And I'm not sure what is the disordered thing, so that's certainly a problem for them. Does it say anywhere? Okay, no. But I think disordered is a bad thing. And here, by the way, we see that they already gained some experience. There's this little black shield there with one little point there. And here, these guys, where's the experience? 10 points for this attack. Okay, ah yeah, here in the unicorn. And then our archers could actually finish them off. Oh no, they can't. Okay, well, then you guys get the kill. Good, like so. And then in the open, our cavalry should have a good attack against them. Or the treemen. Let's have the treemen attack first. 2-9, so the heavy infantry is really good against light infantry, and then we use our cavalry to finish them off. Let's move here to look around a bit more. Let's get the kill. So, yeah, I think the bad sound quality is probably also due to this internet archive here, the archive org. We got 22 experience, so I guess I would think that the killing someone gives more experience. Oh yeah, here, and then the spellcasters, they have this unit spell now. They can cast death wounds, so every attack kills and not just wounds. Or the fireball, no target. Okay, I just wanted to check out the range. Okay, well then let's go here, which is a bit dangerous. But let's see, maybe we have, it is a short range thing. No, okay, then it's just the adjacent. That's not so ideal. Well, then let's go here. Like this, and then with the defensive archer there, if in case the orcs are coming out of there. And then here. So I'm not certain, we could take the town there, Nisse, but it could end the scenario. But like in Panzer General, I think they can recruit here. And I'm not sure if there's actually a flanking thing going on here. But let's just attack the light infantry, because we already know. Yeah, there. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, the unicorns. Oh, that wasn't such a good attack. But then you guys can finish them off. Probably. No, you don't. Okay, well. Well. Then let's cast weakness on these orcs. Oh, that's only one. Okay. Do they have any resistance? Magic defense 75. Ah, yeah. And they have only 50 magic defense. Ah, yeah, okay. Well, so then let's end the turn. And we have defensive fire. Oh, yeah, the orcs suffered somewhat. Oh, yeah, they went out of their way. So you guys, is there anything up there? No. Well, we can always see the locations. Can you kill them now? No, you still fail the attack. Okay, then the unicorns. Oh, you can't get there now. Okay, that's bad. Then let's fire. They can also... Well, later archers, they can also fire at a longer range. Then heavy infantry against heavy infantry. Can you guys finish them off? No. But well, at least we are gaining a little bit of experience there. Then you guys kill them. Okay, so there we go. Aha, now they have someone. Slave archers on experience level 2 already. Okay, so they've got 2 shields there. Well, then let's have the heavy infantry here. Attacking. 3-6, that's good, but we also suffered 1 kill. And I'm not sure if we are, but I want to take this one here so we can check out what's happening here at this shrine. So you guys go here. Okay, so they will attack us, of course, which is not good. You guys go here. I don't want to attack this, but now they shouldn't be able to recruit anybody. And I'm not doing this in an optimal way, of course. I think also the quicker you are, the better it is, of course. And you get more gold in the end. So that's actually a better thing than in Panzer Corps Gold, for example. That is also running on my channel, by the way, if you want to have a look. So let's cast weakness again on these guys, although it probably doesn't do too much. But everyone who's wounded can't attack. So that's this. Oh yeah, here and well. Oh yeah, here. Let's have 1 defensive guy there. Oh yeah, here in our air warriors. Then you guys attack for 1-5. Okay. 5 are wounded. Okay, good. Okay, so they will most likely... Now, I guess they would go back to defend the shrine. But it could also be that these guys are going to... rest at wounds 5. Let's see. So, ending the turn. We can't move anybody else anymore. Oh yeah, no, they are attacking. Okay, but they are shooting the warband. Oh yeah, here, and they are running. Let's ride them down. And the goblins are dead. Very good. So. Yeah, so the old games had really bad sound, but that's just how it is. So let's give our archer some more practice here. No effect. Okay, then. And our... Oh, yeah, here. And let's try out... Let's 1-2 with our regular attack and casting a fireball on them. I mean, they have the magic resistance. But here. Grand effects, right? Let's go here. Let's give the archer some more... Because archer against archer, they can shoot that. Oh yeah, excellent. The enemy offers to surrender. Oh yeah, that's also an interesting mechanic. But we don't want that. No, we are not letting them surrender. We are going to mess them up. You will take... the shrine, and here, energy emerging silently from the surrounding cover. A group of light cavalry joins our army. Nice. Oh, but these are auxiliary. Okay, well, that was worthless because we are messing them up. Then let's have our heavy infantry, the treemen, and you guys mess up those slave archers, the poor guys. And there we go. Archmage Krell is the victor. It could have been good to actually take the town there. I'm not sure. Rallying to our banner of freedom. Local troops join us in the fight to liberate Caledonia. They contribute 100 gold to the effort. Some is spent on research. So, and there we go. And here we can see there is a slide, as we can see here. The picture is emerging of the new unit here, right? So then obviously to play this game, it's worthwhile to invest, not like this year with 7% or so, but to invest into a few units. What's actually the maximum? 10? No, 15. And if we reduce this here, oh no, okay, 15 is the maximum, okay. Yeah, then you probably want to invest 15% in, excuse me, just a little sneeze, into the infantry type, skirmishers, archers, and cavalry or so, yeah. Just to get the next level of stuff quicker. So and then, as I said before, yeah, then there are probably 2 more missions. So now we have the Horroot Forest. So and here, managing the army. We cannot buy a new unit, but everyone has been healed up now, so that's an automatic thing. We don't need to pay for that. Oh no, we are keeping the volunteers. Yeah, that was how it was. So the volunteers / auxiliary troops that are not our core units, we keep them for the whole continent, but not, we can't carry these guys over to the next continent. So that's how it works. Yeah. Okay then. Oh well, let's play. It's so fun. Let's play the next one. Let's reduce this here. We don't need any spellcasters. It is nice to have siege engines actually to shoot at a higher range, but let's invest more here first. So let's have more heavy infantry to 15, skirmishers and archers. So I remember that I like to have more archers. Yeah. Or like maybe we have 22, so let's keep 20% of the money. So like this, yeah, prioritizing it a bit. So and we have 37 gold now. Yeah. So let's play this one. Our victory in the West has proven more successful than the Council of Five had dared hope. So there's a Council of Five that is kind of coordinating our efforts of fighting for freedom from the Shadow Lord. Yeah, so now we go to the Horroot Forest. So I'm not going to read it right now. We just want to have a quick look into the game. But here there's another shrine here, the Altar of the Twin. Yeah. Yeah, and I already know that something special is happening there. So the heavy treemen, let's put them here. Heavy infantry here. And we see they are all at 15 again. Heavy infantry there. They even have some... Oh yeah, we even have some experience here now with them. More heavy infantry, these guys. Then skirmishers. Well, let's have the skirmishers here. They can get over the river maybe. One archer here. One archer there. Cavalry goes there. Squires go here. This light cavalry, we should see some more stuff. Volunteers and the Sky Hunter is there. And our spellcaster. Or maybe actually let's put the spellcaster here and then the unicorns there. And then ending the placement. So. Yeah. So they've got some orcs. I like the artwork. And more orcs are there, okay. So and there's a really great variety of units over the course of the game. Much more variety, by the way, than in Fantasy General 2. Yeah, and they will try to block the river, of course. So let's ride in here. And let's attack them there, like so. Very good. Oh yeah, here, excellent. That was a good move. Attacking them in the open, very good. They are disordered even. So I'm not sure if they can actually muster new troops at the shrine, but I would think this guy is going to go here now. Oh, and they have something here. Serpent Riders, that's cavalry. So we are seeing a new unit, and that's the cool thing. So literally every mission gives us more units to encounter. That's the cool thing. You guys, you can go here. Do you see something? No. You go here. Defensive fire goes there. And then you guys go here. Let's just wait 1 second, like so. It's not always the best choice to actually attack, but there are also zones of control, by the way, so this guy shouldn't be able to get around now. Yeah, maybe we should put them here. And these guys... Yeah, they have defensive fire from them, by the way. But I think skirmish troops are not triggering defensive fire. Let's try it out. You guys go here. Yeah, no return fire. Oh no, they do. Okay, they shoot at us. Okay, crap. But we killed 2 of these serpent riders. Okay. In the end, they are just auxiliary, so it's not that bad. Can we actually cast death wounds? No, it's only adjacent. Okay, so yeah, the spellcasts there are super weak. And so far, it's also not really worthwhile to research into them in the beginning. Let's bring the cavalry down here. Although, well, the orcs will go into the shrine now. But we could actually come from behind. So let's bring the unicorns there. And then they can also 1, 2, 3. How far can they actually go? Movement 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have some options here. And by the way, oh yeah, here. And let's look at the magic resistance. Magic defense is 75. These guys have 50. And the orcs have also 75, right? Yes. Then let's cast the weakness on the archers. 7. Very good. That's actually pretty strong. Although, I mean, like, it's better to cast that one on someone we have a unit adjacent to, because then they can't rest. Or not, at least they can't rest so effectively. Ending the turn. There they are. Okay. Light cavalry. Disordered. We have defensive fire. Oh yeah, here, very good. The defensive fire plus our strong guys. 1, 4. Oh yeah, here. Now it would be a good thing to get back, to come after them. Well, then heavy infantry. Standing stones. Well, let's have these guys do the first attack against them. Or they might even... Oh, crap. Oh, well. Then... Ugh. Oh, well. Then you guys... Archers shoot at them. It's only 1. But they're disordered now. So now you guys can hit them with a magic attack. So actually... Well, they are actually okay. Yeah? With this... It's a skirmish attack. And then... The air warriors can finish them off. Although, no, let's go here. And then the archers can finish them off. Getting the experience for the kill. And then our infantry, here, you guys. Oh yeah, excellent attack there. Oh yeah, they're on the river now. And you guys... Can we actually maybe... No, we can't get there. Okay, that's very sad. But we could hit them very nicely there. Oh yeah, and you guys can finish them off, huh? You go here. 1, 3. Okay, now. But then we have a unit adjacent to them. Okay, oh yeah. 2. Well, then you guys. You can go here and finish them off on the river. Although, as I said before, you usually want to have the kills on your core units for more experience gain. Yeah. Okay, they will, unfortunately, they will attack the archers now. Oh yeah, and you guys, you take the standing stones. So we get something. We found 70 gold. Some is spent on research. Oh yeah, that's also a thing. So whatever gold we earn, there's always the thing that we are spending it on our allocated research. That's the cool thing about it. Can we attack? Oh! Did I attack with them before? So I'm not sure. Maybe there's also a thing that you have to attack immediately or something. I'm not sure. But well, you guys go here. You soften them up, but you are ineffective there. Then our cavalry. Well, let's attack. 3-5. That was a good one. Well, then let's rather finish them off. Although it might be a really good idea to attack the archers there, because the archers will attack the sky hunters here, the wyverns. And I think we need some infantry down here to get to this altar. But let's ride here. Oh yeah, that's a good attack there. 3-5, very good. So the snakes should be there somewhere. That's a bit sad. So they are going to get away. So you don't want that. Yeah, you don't want them to get away usually. And let's cause... Whirlwind is good against air units. Let's cast a fireball maybe here on these guys. 2-5. Yeah, nice. Good. So that's it. Go to unit. Next unit. Okay, we moved everyone. Then let's end the turn. Next turn. They're attacking here. 5. Our slingers. Oh god. And they are on the river now. That's bad. But no one attacked. Okay. Yeah. Our guys have some problems here. CPU are still ineffective, probably also due to the swamp. And we wear them down. Oh no. We have 1 kill. That's bad. Okay. And they are in the forest now. And they immediately rested. You guys can follow. Ineffective in the woods. You guys come around. But we made it over the river, by the way. You guys go here. Yeah, crap. But well, let's get over the river. Heavy infantry go forth. Ah yeah. Where are the snakes? Ah! I missed the attack again. Oh, crap. Okay, well, that's actually a bad feature in this old game. That you're losing the attack once you deselect the unit. I can't attack anymore. Crap. Well. That's not so good. Well, then you guys go down here. Treeman, you also go down here. We need to hit the orcs there. You go here. And, well... It's not so good to attack archers with the skirmishers. So then you go here and you attack them. Oh yeah, now they are broken. Ah yeah, the broken status means, I think, that they are just running. So being broken is really bad. So I guess we can actually attack them nicely right now. Oh yeah, we're even killing them. Okay, even better. Okay, very good. And then here for the flying units, you refunds. Let's attack these guys. Oh. That's bad in the forest, but let's do it anyway. Okay. We killed one of them. And more importantly, they cannot rest now, I think, or only rest with worse conditions. Let's cast weakness on... Well, we can't see the serpents. Let's cast weakness on them. 4, okay. So it depends on what the maximum strength is. So ending the turn. Oh yeah, now they are getting away. Oh god, we've got a cavalry charge there. Oh, fortunately they didn't attack with the slave archers there. They got new ones. Okay. You guys go here. Shoot them. Oh yeah, excellent. And then you guys finish them off. Okay. Oh, and you failed the attack. That's not so good. So let's actually... Yeah, it's a bit sad that we can't see the estimate. That's in later games, like the estimate of what the battle would cause. In later games, that's actually better. But let's bring these guys here so they can't muster more forces. And now we could attack. No, we are actually not attacking. We want these guys to remain there. So that's a tactical choice right now. So things are not going so well. But actually I just wanted to win this quickly. So you guys soften them up some more. Yeah, now they are disordered. Very good. You guys, they can move here. Oh yeah, they could do this. Okay, good. Let's go here. Oh, no. No. Oh, God. Can we actually cancel the move? Yeah, here, abort move. So that's very important. So what I want to do, let's do this here. Let's cast a fireball on these guys. 2-1, excellent. So, and now we can see you can go there, and then the archers can go here, and you guys shoot at them. So they are nicely softened up, and now our infantry can move in. I mean, we should actually rest them at some point, but there is no time right now. So let's attack. 2-2, very good. Ah, yeah, excellent. There, very good. And now they're in the open, so our cavalry goes in, and then you guys attack them once more. Oh, and we have the kill. Excellent. Our troops have found 40 gold. Some is spent on research. Oh, I thought there was something special at this altar. But it's also okay. Okay, then. Then you guys follow up. Ah, yeah, here. And now in the open, it's better. Very good. And they are still fleeing. Okay, very good. So we've got the south under control. Very good. Our unicorns are kind of in trouble. Wounded 10. So how do we rest? Nice picture there, by the way. Here, this one. Rest. There, now we are back to strength 14. Good. So these archers here are a problem, of course. Let's bring the heavy cavalry in. The heavy infantry, and then you guys go here. And you could actually rest. Yeah, let's rest them. There. And they have a maximum strength of 10 only anyway, right? Yeah, they do. Okay. Then I guess we do it like this. Our archers are in trouble up there, by the way. The cavalry cannot get there, I guess, unless they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, they can't get to the archers. Very good. You guys stay behind our infantry. Okay, so now that went reasonably well. Ending the turn. Let's see what happens. They will attack our air force. Oh, crap. Another massive cavalry charge. Oh, the poor unicorns, yeah. So, oh yeah, here, defensive fire, excellent. Yeah, so I feel that these early magic units here, they are actually not that good, except for the treemen, so they are really good. Where's the guy now? Is he gone? Oh no, we destroyed him. Oh yeah, excellent. So then you guys, now it's time to rush north. Yeah, for the treemen. Let's actually rest with them now. You guys follow up north. Oh, here, there they are. Crap. Well, then you guys go here, and yeah, now you should be able to mess them up. Right, very good. They get the kill, and they have only 1 dead. Okay, so I'm not entirely certain, but I think the dead are reducing the experience when they get replacements. So let's cast weakness on these slave archers. 7, very good. By the way, they have 50 points magic defense. Okay. Okay, yeah, that was actually rather smart of them. Alright, let's attack with the heavy infantry here. 6 is ordered, very good. And then you guys move forward, although it's kind of dangerous there. And this heavy infantry goes here, and then you guys finish them off. Very good. Our poor unicorns have already 5 dead. That's really bad. Later on in the game you get resurrection, and there are also units that can resurrect. Rest 7. You guys go here and you shoot at the serpent riders. Oh yeah, now they are broken. Oh good. We have a chance to destroy them now. Oh crap. We don't. Okay. Well, that's very sad, but they will retreat now. Okay. Well then. Okay. Then the archers Get the kill. And let's move here to provide some defense for our sorcerers. Let's use the fireball again. Cast fireball. 1, 2 and disordered. Okay. And you guys have 6 wounded, so let's actually rest with them. And the heavy infantry here. Yeah, let's go back here. We don't have any advantages right now. These orcs there, they have 5 wounded. Yeah, it would have been good to stay close. They might muster more forces now. I mean, it's also a good thing for our units in a certain way that they have the opportunity to gain more experience. But of course, we are jeopardizing our victory if we are tarrying along too long. So next turn, we definitely need to get some units here adjacent to the town, Linden. Ending the turn. There. Oh yeah, oh god. 4 conjurers. Slingers are disordered, but we messed them up nicely there. Okay, can we break through? We just need to... And I think they can also surrender. These guys. They can surrender if we get around. They will try to run away. So, Treeman, you walk up. How far can they move? Okay, only 3. You guys need to rest. Rest for 6 reinforcement. These slingers should be able to kill the serpent riders now. Very good. Then this infantry goes here. Oh crap. Now then, no, let's not go there. Because they have defensive fire from these slave archers there. But then these goblins here, they are our target. Then our sorcerer is using the fireball again. Oh, nice hit there. 7, excellent. Then you guys, you go here. 1, 2, those are bad odds, but yep, we hit them nicely here. 1, 2, huh? Let's do it first. Oh, we are broken, okay. Our air warriors are broken. And then the archers go here, and then they should be able to finish them off. Very good, okay, very good. So now the cavalry can ride around here, like so. And then we are attacking them like so. We are disordered, but kill 5 goblins. And that just ruined the whole plan. Well, that ruined the plan. Crap. But then our light infantry, you guys go here. You hit them with the skirmish weapons. Air warriors. We have a chance to destroy them. But then, well, if we manage that, well, they might flee here, I guess. Yeah, let's try it. 1, 4. Okay, they are running back. Crap. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Oh, but then let's do it like this. So here, flying unit, the volunteers. You guys fly here and you finish them off. Good. Now our heavy infantry at full strength goes in. And we're just staying there. So they can't get new units. So, that's it. No further units. Then oh yeah, and let's cast a spell, and that's why I like the mage Krell. We can weaken them nicely. So 7 slave archers, so they will rest now and not shoot at anybody, I guess. Ending the turn. 10 turns left. The air warriors, yeah. The air warriors Oh god, we lost the unicorns. That's really bad. Warbands. Okay, well, we can see the game is also pretty hard. Pretty tough. How embarrassing, isn't it? It is embarrassing right now, but here we are. Oh, there, we don't have any targets for Whirlwind, obviously. Then let's cast a fireball on these orcs here. Yeah, it's not that strong. These air warriors, they rest. But now our heavy infantry is close. You guys go here. This cavalry, you guys... Oh no, you need to do this after the attack. You skirmishers go here. Oh crap, I didn't see the... Oh god. Oh god. I didn't see them. Okay. By the way, let's find out if the archer is actually getting return fire. I wouldn't think so. No, okay. But the orcs are pretty resilient apparently. Do they have any defense? Like armor 17. Oh yeah, okay. So that's the reason why we are not shooting so well against them. They have 14 armor. Let's cast the fireball again, yeah. But actually, I don't think we need to play much longer. I just wanted to demonstrate the game, and we saw everything now, I guess. Well, and then you guys go here. You can fire at them some more, maybe, or should we do a cavalry charge here? Oh no, these are our skirmishers. Okay, disordered now. You guys rest. And you guys need to get out of here. So I find the air warriors aren't that good, actually. And I think I remember that I actually phased them out rather quickly. Let's fire at them. And then let's go here. Because the snake riders will come around. So but we can see that we are quite in trouble here, because it's a huge problem right now. Yeah, let's go here to get to this town, right? So they can overwhelm you easily enough. These guys. Yeah. Yeah, let's go here. Oh god, 1-5. Now then. And here they are disordered. Let's just stay here. Or maybe no, let's go here. I'm not sure. I don't think this will affect their ability to muster new troops there. By the way, we can purchase another unit. How about a bombardier? Like here, we could attack them from the sky. That would be good, I guess. They are mortal. Yeah, let's have the Hawk Riders. Purchase them. Can only get them here. They are also a bit quicker at least. So and then next unit. Who's that? Are you guys? Ah yeah, okay, good. Well, then let's weaken the Serpent Riders. Oh, it's just one. Oh god. Well, I guess we are going to lose them now with all these goblins around. Okay, ending the turn. So that's really bad. It's going very badly there. Oh god, and our bowmen, volunteers are broken, and they have one disordered. And we lose the bowman. Okay, so really bad. Oh god. Well, I guess we just lost the scenario. Yeah, so now you would definitely want to repeat the scenario. But they opened themselves up as well. Can we actually attack them? No, it's a bad idea. Firing at them for 1-2. Yeah, then we're just... No, we go here. We need to go here then. Yeah, let's actually, maybe I should have cast weakness first. Let's do this here. The problem is due to the higher difficulty. The new troops that are being mastered, as we can see, they all have way more experience. By the way, let's compare this. Oh no, we can't. They survived. Oh, yeah, what's the difference in the... Yeah, so they've got melee 9, armor 10. And these guys, melee 11, armor 12 at the next experience level at 2. So that makes things quite difficult. Because we have literally only recruits here. We don't even have one experience level on them. Like the first shield. You guys, rest. Yeah, so that's quite the problem here. Then you guys, you go here. Then let's cast another fireball. And you completely fail the attack, okay. You guys attack the serpent riders, you kill only one. Fall back. Our cavalry. Can we do a cavalry charge? Oh yeah, that's actually good. Cavalry against cavalry, but you also don't do so well there. And then you guys go here. Oh yeah, here. The treemen, they're pretty good, although the treemen would have been better here. And then you guys go there. Yeah, and this would be pretty catastrophic, but you can finish off those guys. Yeah, we are in big trouble here. You need to... Oh god, and they are going to die now. Well, then let's at least rest for 8. You guys go here. Well, that's pretty bad here with defense, double defense. 2-6, yeah, we can't attack. It would be rather suicidal to attack them. Yeah, okay, well. That's pretty bad. And they will not make a difference here. Yeah, they are overwhelming us now. That was pretty bad. Oh yeah, you guys need to fall back. Yeah, it's not good. Really not good. But you can go here and block them off. 2-6. Yeah. Yep, they will all attack here. But well, let's look at the misery for one moment longer. We could also buy more units here. Well, let's have more cavalry. 49 gold. Purchase. There. And let's buy another one. More heavy... Oh no, actually let's have another archer for 10. Purchase there. So it will take a while. I mean, we were rather quick. We have enough turns left, so I think we could actually win the scenario. Oh. Oh god. Oh, we don't actually. Oh yeah, I think we don't. We're not winning this. Okay then. Well. Oh yeah. Oh god, they are really messing us up now. Well, we can see the game. Well, it is merciless, yeah. And they, by the way, they freed up the town again. Yeah, okay, well. But well, then let's end this. It's embarrassing and sad, but that's just how it is right now. Could we actually... No, we can't get around these double bowmen there. We can't get around them. Yeah, we are also just not doing enough damage there on them. Like, why are there so many goblins? You guys, write them down for 1-5. Yeah, the problem is that they have so much experience. Yeah. Okay then. So the tactic or the strategy to go is to be more careful and to really have the bowmen in the second row as defense, and rather not even attack, but rather have them attack someone who has defensive fire here. I think that's the way to go. Oh yeah, and we have 2 dead now. But then you guys... Oh no, sorry. Let's do this. We use the weakness here on these guys. 7 again, good. And then our cavalry goes in. Yeah, then let's attack these guys here. Our squires are even broken. And then you guys go in and finish them off at least. There. But we can see we have very high casualties here. That's really bad. Then you guys go here, attack the goblins for no effect. You guys, that's our last heavy infantry. Yeah, it's still like... Then you guys just fall back. You go in. And you could finish off... Oh yeah, excellent. So we are finishing off the orcs. Okay, now let's not give up yet. Because I wanted to show something and to see it for myself again. It has been quite a while that I had a look at this game. But as we can see, it's pretty unforgiving here. So now you guys, you have 7 wounded. Okay, then let's rest here. And we are still not closer to the town now. But we can still buy more units. Let's have 1 more archer. And let's have 1 more cavalry here. Yeah, the unicorns, they were quite the disappointment, kind of. What's their defense, by the way? Oh yeah, armor is 9 for both of them, huh? Oh, we don't have enough money. Yeah, and by the way, something is... well, the unicorns, they are cheaper, so they are less powerful, obviously. But then let's have them. And we can't upgrade the unicorn. So ending the turn here. Yeah, they're getting another archer there. Serpent Riders hit our air warriors hard. Our squires still broken. Yeah, they are going to kill the squires now. Oh yeah, crap, they are gone. Despite the defensive fire, air warriors 0. So the orcs are pretty good there against our guys. You go here, not just a second. Can actually maybe go somewhere else. Oh yeah, and they have more archers now, yeah. That's the problem. Yeah, but then let's get rid of these snake riders here. And our attacks are just not good. That's really bad. But you squires, you finish off those. Oh, that's actually, that was 8 goblins, okay. Where are our guys here? Oh yeah, you are not in range now. No, that's just terrific. Well, yeah, we're not getting closer there. Then, and they're at 5. Oh yeah, they need to rest. Then let's... I think if we cast weakness, it might also hit our bombardiers. Yeah, let's try that actually. Serpent Rider 0. Okay, well. So that was all rather bad luck there as well, I guess. With them, they are at least disordered. You guys go here. And then you go here. Fire at them. Okay, should have been 1, 2. Yeah, we can see the attacks were all really bad as well. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's... Maybe we can pull it off, but it costs already so much. It's not a good idea to actually keep going. But I also don't think we can win this right now. At these stakes, with the lost units, the lack of experience. Yeah, we are just also why are we not doing any damage there, I wonder. It's 1, 3. Oh yeah, here 0. Like, why is that? 0, 6, and we die. Okay, well, but then whatever. So yeah, so we saw this. Let's end this. Let's end the scenario. So that was the first time that I failed in something. in a very long time, which is kind of embarrassing, but that's just how it is. Quitting. There, so, yeah. So, and as we saw, let's have a short look here, maybe at the sorceress there, because she's got these interesting units there. Let's start the game.
The time of...
Yeah. So, and then here, let's have a look again, just to look at the rewards again. So we see here mortal and beast. Yeah, beasts are also the magic ones in principle. Like also centaurs and stuff like that. Yeah, and she's got these the fire ants like these here, fire beetles, and the lizardmen and so on. Oh, and barbarians, huh? But they are also a beast race, huh? Okay. And then there will be another row for these mechanical units, yeah? Mortal, beast, mechanical, and magic. So, or actually, well, I'm not sure why that is like this. Or maybe the magic is something that you can conjure or so. But I recalled it that there are these 4 races, and I recalled it that you could actually research into all of them. Yeah, so that's just the principle. And I would think that while I found this one super interesting as a concept, this is maybe the biggest weakness in Fantasy General 2. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do it like this. Yeah, I found this one super fun, and better than in any other Panzer General clone game. Yeah. So yeah, but otherwise, let's have a look. So she can actually get these magic units here. Sky Hunter, yeah, here she's got flying snakes there. That's a beast. No, she's actually not really a mage, but rather a beast master or something. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So I highly recommend this game here, actually, Fantasy General. So I've really found this one super cool. I mean, obviously, it's a very old game. But in comparison, I mean, obviously, the graphics are horrific today, from today's standards. But I really enjoyed it. Also from the concept, there are also missions here that can be discovered. So extra missions, like for example, there's a special island. Yeah, I'm not going to spoiler anything there. Yeah, but it is a great fun. Yeah, also like upgrading your guys, being efficient in the battles. Yeah, so that's really cool. Well, let's have a look at this guy.
The time.
Yeah. Managing the army. So he's got the heavy cavalry already, yeah. That's probably the next stage, or maybe the 3rd one or so. And you can't cavalry here, yeah. He can't have that. Yeah, he needs to research that as well. But that's pretty good. And we saw that there's open plains, so I would think that actually here this character has it a little bit easier in the beginning, probably. Than the others, but in the long term, I personally felt that being able to cast these spells was actually a really good thing. And let's have a look at this guy. He's the infantry specialist. Yeah, and he's got the corporal. So, and well, what I wanted to show is also, but I thought, but then it was probably the 3rd mission. So there are also heroes that you can find in caves or shrines or something, and that's also pretty cool. And there are also these units here, sergeants, and then later on lieutenants and generals and stuff like that. So these are single entity units. Oh, this guy even has 1 experience level already. They all have. Okay, I think that was the difficulty that I chose. Peasants, light infantry. Interesting. And he doesn't have... he has 2 of them. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No cavalry, but yeah. Otherwise, the regular units, they are nearly similar. Just those that use the other races have a few more. But otherwise, the whole thing is the same. But, well, he doesn't have access to the other units. And, well, depends on your playstyle. I like to see everything in one playthrough, which is why I personally chose, always chose the mage. Or maybe I played with her the first time or so, but it's getting harder the further you get. And I found that the Archmage with his variety of spells had the biggest advantage, because you can weaken the enemy here with this weakness spell. Like the magic units, they are not that good actually, I find, in comparison to upgraded regular mundane units, but they have their purposes sometimes, and you also get them. Like, I think I never bought them because you can upgrade them, you can keep them in the long term, or maybe like just in the end or so. Yeah, so to speak, the last tier units or so. Yeah, and that is a concept I personally liked a lot. Oh, let's play a scenario. Do they have scenarios? Rise of the Demon Spawn. Yeah, okay, so then let's have a short spoiler warning. So I'm looking into this one now. That's that. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah, here. And here we can see... Ah, yeah, we can see... Ah, yeah, we can see some upgraded units here. Ballista. So that's the siege engine. And here they've got chain guns. That's our chain gun. Ah, yeah, okay. Mortal. Okay. And that one has range 4. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, by the way, you can also just click through here. Let's click through. Do we have any... Those are all mortal guys. Priest of Handula. Oh, yeah. Oh, here. That's a hero. Or is it actually? Is it a hero? This one. Oh, yeah, here. That's a hero. That's one of the heroes. Yeah, that's good that we can look at that. What's that? Barbarian Riders. Yeah. Light Infantry. Militia. Looks a little bit like He-Man, the guy. Oh yeah, here, and we are starting from the right side in the scenario. Okay, and these here, Staff Slingers, Longbowmen. The Longbowmen might have a range of 2 or so. Well, it would say somewhere up here. Okay, then I guess they don't have that. Maybe later. Yeah. These are also Wyverns. Okay. I know this here, by the way, these barbarians, they are the enemy. Okay. Well, then let's actually... Let's have a look at another scenario. Maybe we can have a look there. Peril at Deadstone Keep. Starting that one. I just wanted to have a look at these mechanical units. So here. We've got Malka Nightwing. Oh yeah, here, hello there. A magic hero. And here, ah yeah, this is lightning throwers. That's a magic bombardier. No, it's also mortal. Ach, well. Well, it appears, oh here, Ratman. It appears that I'm not going to be able to tell you and show you what I wanted. But well, there's a turtle dragon. That's also a magic cavalry unit. And here we've got Lion Man. So we can see, but we can see there's a very cool, huge variety of units here. Oh yeah, that should be this plague, the disease throwers, yeah. Very cool. Plague artillery, orc longbowman. All very cool. Let's look at the other scenario. I just wanted to find these mechanical, the other rays, if we have that actually. This here maybe it's a siege engine, the pit cannon. Is that one? No, it's also mortal. Ugh. Well, looks like we are out of luck there. Heavy infantry, Sandmen, berserkers, spellcasters, phoenix knights. Oh yeah, here they are really good. Oh yeah, here this is, yeah, these are on yeah. Are they actually? No, they are not the others. No, okay. But they can... Oh yeah, here they can cast Raise Dead. Yeah, that's an endgame unit. That's really good. Nightmares. Oh, but here we can buy a unit. Okay, here. So let's have a look. Can we actually buy something? Siege engines. Oh, they're all mortal, huh? Mortars. It's all raise mortal. Okay. Okay. Earth elemental should be magic, yeah. Well, doesn't look like we are in luck there. which is quite a weird choice. Let's have a look at another one. So that was Gorge of Defiance, right? Calador's Assassins. Did I look at that one? But well, anyway, you get the idea, yeah. So and maybe it is also okay if this remains a little secret. But what I feel, where they could have done more to live up to the legacy of this really cool game, was to just stay a little bit closer to the original. Yeah, I mean, there will always be people, of course, and I don't want to be the one who's complaining or so. Yeah, and it's okay to modernize and to change stuff. Here, can we buy something? No, we can't buy anything. Yeah, this is Krell. Oh, here, that was some mass heal. Ah, yeah, that's the one of the guys he can cast a mass heal, but just once or so per scenario. Yeah, whatever. So, but now we've got an idea. So this was the old game. I enjoyed this one tremendously. Can be pretty hard, as we just found out. By the way, does it actually say anywhere what it means? Yeah, but especially in the beginning, when our recruits are being overwhelmed by crack orcs, yeah, evil crack troops. But that's just that. So we had a little look into the past, into the game's history. And here, and again, a significant spoiler warning. So here in the mission Canthas, we can see how many troops we can have. So here in this mission, for example, we have the opportunity to befriend the centaurs. And after helping them out, we've got a veritable centaur army here. And I attacked them here on the let's see here on the minimap. I attacked them here from two sides. Yeah, they've got quite some forces here down the river that are protecting the town or the city of Canthas. And another example, this is the first time in the game that we are seeing the Empire. Yeah, the Empire's glory, so to speak, here. And I really like the artwork. Like, look at the details here, that's really cool. Or here, this castle, the Empire castle there, it's pretty cool. Yeah, lots of details. Here, our iron javelin, so this is skirmish infantry. The ladies here. I really like the artwork. Yeah, no doubt about it. There. Bra upgrade. She still has the fur there. I guess that tingles nicely there, right? Oh, and also a collar made from textiles or something. So I really like the artwork here. Yeah. Determined look in the face. Pretty cool. Yeah. Significantly cool. Very admirable. Very nice. And here, by the way, yeah, this is our sister Alisa on the dragon. Yeah. Which I got on the Dragon Island. If you accomplish certain things, yeah. And another nice example for the world building and the attention to detail in Fantasy General 2 is this here. As we can see, the river must have changed its course or so, turned this area here into a swamp and washed away the castle that was here probably to control the area, we can imagine. Yeah, very nice, very nice. There were also some ancestor spirits that probably got washed away, or the poor souls got washed away in this flooding here. Yeah, we can see the river is deeper over there. Yeah, so it must have been, the water level must have risen before. So, and I really like this. Also, there's a little spire here, or like maybe, yeah. Well, it's not been a bridge before, but yeah. So in all of this here, river delta, so pretty nice, pretty nice. I really enjoy this. Like visually, it's very nice. That's certainly one of the very strong points in this game here. Here, look at the sheep. Lots of sheep there. Sometimes you can also see cows, and that's very enjoyable. Yeah, I find that very enjoyable. Yeah, this area here, so here they've got a lot of sheep. In other levels there were cows there. Pretty funny. Then the little mill here, turning in the wind. Pretty nice, really nice. So, and this is the machine tree, or the artificial units tree. We can have the Taurus catapult, the Scorpio arbalist, which I have over here. It's this one. And then it can be upgraded either in the Hellhound cannon. I don't like that one too much, because you can just run around and burn people in a range of 2. And we have enough infantry here that deals sufficient damage. So I like the Slayer aspect here, and the longer range with this one. But there are also Imperial Golems, and that is pretty cool. Golem fists though, so it's literally just a super heavy infantry unit, which is also rather slow. Oh, this one has an amulet of... Oh no, this is ours here, yeah. The hex immunity. So, and let's have a look at them. These are the enemies, and this is how they look. So I'm just recording this one because I am not sure if in my playthrough, if I can ever build this one myself. And I'm not going to disband any units here. But it's pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Pretty nice. And I've got another Scorpio arbalist here. Yeah, pretty nice. Another important tip is a special artifact that's called Mordra's Wand. It grants the ability to summon various beasts in strengthened form. So, and let's take a look at the beasts that we can summon in this game, as far as I have found out at least, and well, in the main campaign. So I put it on the wolf girl here, the wolf mother, because she doesn't have such a high combat value and is more a summoner, which freed Ailsa up for doing some more damage related stuff, especially on her dragon. Yeah, I found that was way more useful. Let's look at her for a second, because that's really cool. Here, come on, look here. Look here to the camera. Yeah, there. That's her, right? So there we go. Then she can summon a murder of crows, vampire bats, dire wolves, so that's her default summon spell. Dire bears, eagle bears, horse spiders, and spitting spiders. I personally like the spitting spiders, and let's look at all of these monsters. So as you can see here, I like them really. The spitting spider has the ability to cast a net, but more importantly, it has a ranged attack with range 3 here, spider silk attack, and that also entangles monsters. So spitting a web on a location like this here, for example. So that's here. Let's do it right now. So that's a trap. Yeah, the only trap in the game, by the way. Although the enemies can see this, so they're usually just not running in here. Like even not a golem, who should be immune to this. So that's the spitting spider. Then here, the horse spiders. They are more the melee monsters. All of these summons are, by the way, expendable. Yeah, here, by the way, let's have a look. So it doesn't come with too many things, but with this Mordra staff, all summons become strong, which is this here. 25% health and 25% damage increase. Yeah. And now that it has been summoned, the death has no impact. Yeah? Like while this here is a bigger unit, so losing this one would impact the morale of adjacent units. Well, this here is expendable and never affects melee morale. So then we have the regular bear, or the dire bear. Can scratch with claws. Otherwise, yeah, I mean it's a forest fighter, but otherwise it's also rather normal melee attacker, so to speak, with a little bit more armor. Then the pack of dire wolves, they seem to have a lot of attack, if at full strength, 170 here, due to their high number. 10 wolves in this pack. And they also kind of look cool. Especially if they are attacking a single unit. I can't show that right now. But yeah, I mean, it's not that relevant. But so then we've got vampire bats, these here. They have the ability to suck up some HP and heal themselves. So 50% of their damage is healing them. Otherwise they are rather weak, but they have this interceptor ability. Only these ones and the crows actually have this interceptor ability. So we see that the game really cut back on a lot of interesting mechanics actually. I don't think that was a good decision. And especially for this this barbarian campaign. And I tried, as you know from my playstyle, I already tried to implement as many aspects as possible. Yeah. So I mean, you could play the campaign in a way that you only really have the warriors here and like the berserkers. Here, let's look at the stuff. Yeah, like literally only this here plus the maidens, which is actually not that much in my opinion. But this here added up a little bit. So I never had here you can upgrade these dire wolves here either to the wolfhounds or to these spirit wolfhounds. Yeah, the spirit hounds or spirit wolves, whatever. And they have some interesting stuff, but I felt, and during the campaign it actually proved that these are way better because they have the ability of tracker, so they can sniff out hidden units, and they are natural monster hunters, which gives them more attack against other animals and large monsters. And the most important thing in my opinion was Pathfinder for them. So I never really attacked with them too much, only to finish off a weakened unit or weaken a unit so I could destroy it. As we can see here, so they only got to level 5 or 6 respectively here, while the others are at the maximum level of 10 or close to it. Yeah, even here, or like here the wolf girl, who also never really fought. So I'm not sure how she gains all this experience, probably through the experiences of her summoned monsters. Yeah, so and then let's summon the last one, the eagle bear. There. That's how the summon works, and there it is. So this is the eagle bear, that's just a tougher melee fighter. Eagle bear Pixo has double attack. Highland charge can charge into difficult terrain, so rough and forest terrain. Also is the strong now, the strong summon. Yeah, and that's it. I mean, I think they should have kept the old system. Yeah, with the regular thing. I mean, like for heroes that don't come usually with summoning monsters, I think it would be a nice add-on to have an artifact like the staff here. I think what they should have done to make this game much better is actually to have other heroes, or like the war leader, like with the original Fantasy General, where you can decide, okay, I want to be able to summon a wide variety of monsters. So you have like maybe 2/3 more or so, yeah. And then as a barbarian or so, you could have this artifact and then get 1/3 of the monsters or so. Yeah, so that it makes some more sense. Yeah, and so far I found it a little bit, it's a little bit too bleak, I find. Despite the game, being really good, I guess. but it's certainly not excellent. And I think they made some questionable choices in getting rid of some really good game mechanics that made these whole Panzer General games and their principle such good games, and that gave them so many fans over the years and the decades. Yeah, so that's for the summons. Oh, and well, of course, before I forget it, obviously the murder of crows. Yeah, so that's the basic recon animal. Also has this interceptor ability, and this hero here, Dowell Ravencloak, that you can have but can also quite easily miss, because Ailsa is distrusting him. As you can see, I disappointed my sister quite a lot here over the campaign, right? Like, I mean, here she actually agreed to something because I didn't want to have a certain person that we liberated in a certain situation coming along. Yeah, so I mean, what I like is that these choices really matter during the campaign. So that's actually a very good aspect. It made things feel relevant. That was certainly in the original Fantasy General one of the weakest aspects. So there was no real storytelling in that sense. I mean, the missions gave you an idea, okay, what's going on here, but there was no real arc except for, okay, we need to defeat this evil entity with its generals on all these continents. Yeah? So storytelling wise and world building wise, they didn't do such a good job. And here with Fantasy General 2, they certainly improved on that one. So that's for sure. Yeah? And I cannot often enough state that and admire it. Yeah? Like here, for example, look at this little camp here. That's pretty cool, like all the details, all the tents, fire, and all of this here, that's pretty cool. It's really cool. Well, like, let's look at the raided town here. There was a marketplace once, an obelisk that our troops burned down. Well, yeah. Or like here. No, sorry, here. This was the one. But a nice castle, for example. So there used to be a lot of people running around. Well, now just smoldering ruins. Even here in the trading station, no one is around anymore. Oh, okay, but there are still the sheep. So the barbarians keep the sheep. What I don't find too convincing, though, is like, while it's kind of nice that these little estates are here, like there's also one here. Yeah, like in the middle of nowhere, where there are a lot of wild animals, so that's not super convincing. Or like here, this one, where this is a little tower there, a recon, or watchtower, or here this one. Yeah, so I mean, I do like the details, so that's for sure. Here, one drained mana pool. Yeah, you can really feel that the designers gave some hard blood into this one. Which I personally appreciate. So that's much better. Actually, I couldn't name a single hex-based game that gives this amount of detail, and I really appreciate that. I really like that. Here, the broken obelisk there. Yeah, really nice, really nice. And there's even a twist in the game. I thought after the final, so-called final mission, there is a twist and a further development, and I am pleasantly surprised. I don't want to give away too much, but it's cool. It's certainly cool, and this, yeah, certainly upgraded the storytelling. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. So, and here we can have a look, and here's another spoiler warning, by the way. Yeah, but after a number of missions, there are some additional features that are unlocked in the game, which is training grounds and the merchants. Training grounds, depending on the heroes that you have, you can actually give certain additional feats to your units, yeah, in exchange for resources. And depending on the hero, they can train things. And I found this very useful and very cool. There's another hero in the game that I decided to have executed actually in the end. And that one gives you the Pilfer ability, where you gain gold through killing people, killing other units. And I found that one really useful because that literally solved the money problems, mostly at least. Also, gaining more movement points here with Wanderlust, that was really good, I find, to speed up things and therefore also increase our resource gain by getting to the locations to loot more quickly. And the guy that I had executed also had the thing to exchange liquid mana for an additional slot for artifacts, and that was also super helpful here. That makes the units quite more powerful. Yeah, as we know here, the trackers, the recon infantry has already 2 artifact slots, and having 3 of them is really useful, as you can see here. Yeah? So that's one thing, to invest your stuff, but also I guess they did it like this because they might have noticed that maybe the whole unit tree, yeah, the development tree is maybe a little bit too limited, I would think, yeah, and that's my main criticism, as I said before. The second thing is that at some point you get merchants, and then you can also get the stuff that you don't get in the game for money or other resources, as we can see here, yeah. You can also sell your stuff. By the way, that's actually the first thing. Let's go into the inventory here. Transmuting, that's also the guy here. Depending on your choices, of course. You can just be the primitive barbarian who just raids and kills everyone, but then you don't get the stuff here. And I found it very useful. So, and as we can see, yeah, got a lot of things here on the units, and my personal approach was to rather have really good units that don't die, but become the heroes they deserve to be, yeah, with all these additional things here. So, that's actually a pretty nice thing. And in that regard, I think they really, really upgraded the original game. So that's really a step upward, yeah? Despite the slightly sad unit upgrade. So, yeah. But otherwise, that felt quite satisfying to upgrade the guys. Although, as you can see here, I never got so much here for the main heroes because you can't upgrade them, and often enough I ran into the locations where you can get something special with other people. Like here, for example, here these are the first X-Men. Well, I only have one, or I had one for a long time, and I think they got, what was it here? Here, Fated. That was pretty good. Squad members are never killed. So they were literally unkillable, these guys. With Fated and here with this one, Statue of Handula, health regeneration, these guys. And their missile reduction thanks to their round shield and so on. So they were never really in danger. And I used them very offensively. So that was really good. Yeah, that's for that. And then let's look into the late game. And then I'm going to show you my final party, the final horde of barbarians, so to speak. And then I'm going to explain more about the party composition that I had. And then, of course, for that, another big spoiler warning, of course, for the late game. So, and now, massive spoiler warning, as you can see here. This is the final mission. I'm going deeper into my criticism of the game, and we had a nice look at the old game. We looked at some clips here, so I can only repeat myself. I really like the attention to detail, and here in the final mission, let's look at my personal gang here right before winning. So it's not too spoilery. You don't know what's happening here in the final mission, but this is like the end result, so to speak, yeah? I didn't lose any units here. I think I played on the hardest, not legendary, but very hard difficulty. And I developed Faliason like this. And I felt that was actually a pretty good thing, because we had additional supply, so that means more units, and it's better to have several more units that can do some punching instead of having this guy doing a lot of punching himself, but he's just one unit here with this one, right? But of course, you could have said, okay, well, let's not have the tough, and instead get into this one here some more and maybe only have one additional artifact or so. But I felt that it was very helpful also to have the tough aura, because this reduces the number of kills, yeah? And we can see, I didn't buy any additional experience for the units, but as we can see here, not all of them even have the highest experience level. So this one is only level 5. I got this shield maiden here later on. So let's have a look at the crew who's left. Yeah. So I made it. I kept Ulna the bear, by the way, and we can see here all the additional skills. So I didn't really use Falison too often to explore things, because he was so slow. That was one of the problems with him, I think. So he was rarely in the first line, but rather coming up behind the other guys. Often enough I had to cast the spell to speed him up, like this here, the speed of wind, with his sister Elsa. I kept the bard, and that guy was really good. I really liked his winged leap attack with his magic attack as well. So I developed him also into the... I mean, not too much into the magic damage, so I never got the attuned here. But as we can see, he also only reached level 8 here in my playthrough. But I felt that this ability, the winged leap, together with this magic attack, that was pretty good, especially against the undead that are vulnerable to magic attacks. So that was pretty good. Yeah? Then the rally action came pretty good as well. I never often used the transmute armor, wasn't necessary, but the hero song was pretty good to inspire people around for the 20% damage increase. And then you could, of course, develop him into someone. I would have loved to see the ghost army here, but I never got around, which is kind of sad. Yeah. And that's also one criticism, maybe. Like, this is hidden too far, you know? Like, such a cool thing, or possibly potentially cool thing, is hidden too far in the unit, yeah? Like the same thing with him. So I think the design choice is slightly questionable. Like such cool stuff here, like that he's using a thunder hammer, like the god of Thor, like the god Thor, for example, that shouldn't be exclusive to other things, yeah? In my opinion. That's too cool to just pass up. But at the same time, I personally felt that it was much better to really go for the whole army support. And I would have loved to see this, by the way. But at the same time, this game, like for me personally, it's kind of not worth it to play it several times. For me personally, yeah? So I'm a player. I very rarely play games several times, which is why I try this completionist approach rather. So, with Elsa, I went for the magic strike, so the lightning strike, rather than the summoning thing as well. Didn't feel necessary. Also, I felt the costs were too high. And I think that was a good decision, because like until the mid-game or so, I usually had only a little bit of mana. Yeah, like with this Runebound, it helped a little bit, and also to get the upgrade on the units. Yeah, like here this one, like I made a lot of them vessels, or like here not them, for role-playing reasons I didn't do this. Well, with the liquid mana you could do this, but I did this for the magic units here, magic resistance, the pill for mana vessel here, this one. Yeah, that was actually very helpful. So and that's one of my tips, by the way. Here you see this here, right? The pilfer ability. So there's a hero that you can find in the game for a while at least, or you can keep him for longer depending on your decisions, but I actually had him executed for certain things he did. But he was actually able to train the units with this pilfer ability, and then whenever someone kills a unit, you will receive some gold. And I made some of my killer units, the pilfers, for example, this guy here, the Devourer, there he is. And like I really like the models, so the details, they are pretty cool. Yeah. And also especially the troll, the armored troll, the monstrous shock infantry here, these guys. Because they can run through with their ability. Where is it? Here, the charge, the Highland charge I gave them, the Manslayer. Here, this one, the breakthrough. So, yeah, and what I usually did was to, like if you have a line of enemies, to weaken them so sufficiently and then put the trolls in the end and then rush through so they could use the pilfer. Oh no, that's not even them. They got them later. Here, this is my first armored troll. Yeah, and use the pilfer and then get all the kills with them. So that was pretty good. And for that reason I also gave them, at least for a time, an artifact. Which one was it? Or now she has it, right? Like here, the extractor artifact to receive 1 mana when killing a unit. So that was rather helpful. Yeah, and then then Ulnar the bear. He suffered from the same problem our main hero Falleson suffered, that he's so slow. And he was just running behind the others. Yeah? That was one of the problems. But usually it was better to cast a spell with Ailsa, in my opinion, than to speed them up. But I also sped the other guys and other units up a lot, actually. Yeah, like really a lot. I did that a lot. So, but with him, I went for the Berserker leader and this breakthrough. But as we can see with the experience gain, he also only reached level 8 during the whole playthrough. So, yeah. Then I have one Wolf Mother. And I used her as a summoner. So I gave her Mordra's Wand. And she could actually nicely summon really a lot of stuff. In addition to her regular abilities. Charm animals and summon, yeah. And I think she got something. No, it was it was Mordra's Wand itself, because this one gives the summons the strong ability. So I felt also with the limited mana that is available, it felt sufficient to only summon 1 animal per turn. So, and as you can see here, I like the spiders, the spitting spiders, because they can immobilize enemies with spider silk. I like them best. Also, they could spit at people or enemies and cause some damage from a distance, and therefore not get any damage in return. So I felt that was very useful. And only in the last few missions I used these owl bear or the eagle bears, yeah, which are pretty good in melee. But like during most missions I literally only summoned these spitting spiders. Everything else I felt, and sometimes wolves to sniff out some stuff. But otherwise it was okay. So, and then here I got the Scorpio arbalest, which I built from the Taurus catapult. And here we can see this is also the, so to speak, the old mechanical class. But that's also a thing, you know, like I felt a lot of these units, they were not that useful. I never even bothered. I never even thought about upgrading this one for the Imperial Golem. While the Golem is cool, it's too slow, and it's just another infantry unit. Yeah. And I felt that the Arbalest with the higher range of attack, range 3, was actually the most useful. I would have even kept the Taurus catapult, but it felt that it was a little bit too weak with the attack. But this one was actually also quite useful for a while with this mortar bomb that is also splitting up into additional charges. Yeah. But like I made this guy here a slayer for bigger enemies. Yeah, I felt that was the most useful thing. Also, this thing here is it felt a bit more mobile. While this Hellhound cannon, it was certainly a problem when encountering it, but with this 2 range, it felt that it was too much in danger. Yeah. So I felt that this one thing here, the one Scorpio Arbalest, was the best choice. So and I went for 2 armored trolls as shock infantry that could do the charge, this breakthrough. And I have 2 trolls, siege trolls, to throw the boulders. And this here, oh yeah, these guys I never upgraded. Huh? They are just they are auxiliary. Oh yeah, here, yeah, they are mercenaries. Here, these guys are mercenaries. And then I have 2 wolfhounds. I decided not to go for these great spirit hounds because I felt that their ability for tracking at a high range of a high search range was actually way better. And this way, no enemy could really ambush me. And in combination with the trackers, where I have several, so I had 3 trackers here, who also. Here, that's these guys who develop from the slingers. That actually gave me a huge advantage in terms of information. Yeah, that was really good. And they also like to come from behind and just stab people. In the campaign, I got them very, very late. Where are they? These guys are the mercenaries. Here, these guys probably. In the campaign, you get 1 unit for free with the Pilfer ability. But we can see they don't have so many experience points here. Dragon Slayer Fearless. Yeah, I gave all of this to them. Brave. No, they're not the Pilfers. Yeah, but you get 1 of them. But that was also a thing that was a little bit too coincidental, in my opinion. Yeah, to find these certain items, I'm not going to spoil it now. In locations, and then using that on the main map to find the secret. Yeah, that was probably not the best balancing choice, in my opinion. But what I also used were these shield maidens here. My thinking was them being the line, yeah, the girls that hold the line with their big shields, and I really liked their huge shield because this thing here gives a lot of missile reduction. So I usually use them to attack first, together with the also shielded heavy X-Men, because this is also a high missile damage reduction to attack units that can shoot at you, and with this to trigger defensive fire, especially with units that can only hit once. Here, like these, they can actually have infinite defensive fire charges, okay. But like here, these guys, for example, in normal terrain, they only have 1 defensive fire, yeah. Or like other bowmen. So I only got this guy, this 1 armored archer, or that I developed, yeah. I developed him into 1 archer because I felt it was a good idea to have these infinite defensive fire charges, but actually like in this defensive role, I never had to use them too often, actually. But together with this Blood Oak bow, that was pretty good. Yeah. Also here with the other slingers here, that was pretty good. And with them, I rather use the magic ring and the striding boots here with the thunderers, the magic slingers. To get into better positions, because they already have a higher range, the range of 3. So I didn't feel that it was necessary to give them range 4 with the Blood Oak bow. Then I felt that it was a cool thing to have some lizards as trackers. Here, these guys. The Sunken Terrors. Oh no, here, no, they are the ones here, because they also have the tracking, and then they could actually go around the rivers or so very quickly. And that's here in this mission, for example, that's how I got the... Oh yeah, they're still here even. How I got all of this stuff, although it kind of didn't change anything anyway. Yeah, so by the way, yeah, so let's not spoil anything there. Then I have one unit of these stacks, but that was more because of my completionist approach. So I wanted to have each unit once. So and they are really the stack chargers. They are literally the cavalry, the real cavalry that we have, while the others are skirmishers with a high search range. And now that many missions really don't have so much open terrain, I never felt that the stack chargers were super effective, but they were pretty helpful in some situations, and they even got to level 9. But I think like only in the last few missions they were actually really helpful and really good. Yeah, and otherwise I often just dragged them along. And then I got some centaurs, or actually only one really, for the core troop. And that one, as we can see, it's very limited troop tree here. And I felt that the heavy cavalry is also really not worth it. Yeah, relatively low armor compared to these guys at 12, so they were really tanky, these stack chargers, especially with the armor. I gave them the core Magnas armor, which reduced their speed, but this made them very, so to speak, something like a very tough infantry unit as well. That is better in open terrain, but rather immobile in bad terrain, or in rough terrain. Yeah. No. Where are they now? Here. So, and that's why I like the Centaur archers. I mean, they also don't have any defensive fire, but with the bow and range 3, they had a pretty good role, and also with the Pathfinder. And that's the second thing to do and to use. I use this really a lot with the wolves, the wolfhounds, because they also have the ability of not just tracker here, but they have the natural Pathfinder, this one here. And all adjacent units gain +2 movement range, and that sped up things tremendously. So I arranged them during the unit deployment in the beginning of each mission in a center position, and then put other units all around, yeah, and have them in the middle, and this sped up a lot of things, yeah, and the whole development. So I only had one skirmish unit here, the Iron Javelins, that's these girls here. That was okay, but also not super helpful or so. Yeah. And it never occurred to me to have more than one of them. And that's also a thing, you know, like the balancing, or like this old rock paper scissor thing. I felt with the old Fantasy General, there was a better balancing situation. Yeah, so like all the different unit types, they had. You know, their right to exist was way higher than in this game here, in my opinion. So and then I developed one more of the lizards into the only air unit that I have in the party, and that was pretty helpful with these guys here. There they are. Also looks pretty cool. And otherwise, I just sometimes use the ravens mostly to use them as a distraction. That was quite helpful, also to trigger any ranged ambush attacks. By the way, that was also pretty good to do, I find, although a little bit nasty towards the poor ravens. And this guy here I built in a way that I used this guy here also to kill people off. So he's got the pilfer ability in the sky. Yeah, that was also quite helpful. But there's also a sad thing in my opinion, like the old game, it was really necessary, and you really had air battles. It was an additional layer in the game, and here it was rather rather a thing, okay, you need to get rid of some annoying units, but it's not really, it never felt to me like an additional layer. Yeah, so like this barbarian faction, I think they are too limited. That's the thing. That's my main criticism. Like as a faction, like these units here, I mean, they were sufficient to beat the game, of course, but I personally felt that it was a little bit too limited. Yeah, the old game provided a way bigger variety of units, and it felt more, you know, more epic, kind of. That's maybe the one thing that I have to criticize. The whole game doesn't feel epic enough. Yeah, it's pretty good and it's kind of cool. The graphics look good. They are certainly modern. It's really cool. Very good game. Maybe I would give it like 81 points of 100, but it's not epic. Yeah, it doesn't feel that epic. Yeah, and I think one of the faults is that the units, I mean, it looks like a lot, but it kind of isn't, if you know what I mean, right? Like, I mean, it's also cool here with all the yeah, maybe let's have a look here at our inventory. So here, this is the inventory that I got. That's massive spoiler, but also maybe a good tip. Banner of the Tireless Archer with the range aura for more missile damage. I put this one here on the main hero. Then we got the Blood Oak Bows. That was dependent on your decisions. So you probably only get one if you don't do certain things. Got one Core Machna's armor. I never gave the Malric's helmet away for this for the help of this this dragon. I rather paid the dragon money, by the way, to get the other artifact for the other dragon to help out, yeah, for this dragon egg. Then the Cap of Alertness, this is pretty good, because this allows hidden units to be detected immediately, and I gave this one to the Stags, because they can use the Scout ability and reveal a range of 6. On the other hand, I saw to it that the Swarm Trappers have a natural search range of 6 and gave them the Far-Seeing helmet, and I got lucky enough to have several of them in the end, more than I actually needed. Also one here for these guys. I trained them with the higher, where is it here? Here, the perceptive ability. Yeah. Yeah, well, and then, well, I'm just mousing over it now. So I felt that this Dragon Scale armor, that was pretty good. I also gave it to the main hero with 3 armor and magic damage reduction. That was pretty good, because the other one that I really liked slowed us down. Here, this one, the Core Machna's armor. This is what I gave to the cavalry. Then we've got the Amulet of Evasion. I gave this one to the Stags as well, so they could always literally run away instead of being hit by anybody. I got 2 extractors to get mana. One of them I gave to the Devourer. This guy here, the huge lizard monster. Oh yeah, by the way, let's have a look at the lizard. So this is also a little bit limited, yeah? So we've got lizards that go for the melee, and you go with the hunters that go the skirmish route. And you could have a witch doctor, which could be good, especially maybe to petrify very strong units, so you can finish off others first, and then yeah, kind of concentrate on that one then. But on the other hand, I always felt it was better to rather kill off everybody as quickly as possible. And also you had only a limited choice of lizards, and they are also not so good on land. So yeah, and that's why I chose to rather have this one air unit, one devourer, one air unit, one devourer, one scout, so to speak, the lizard hunter. So I kept them deliberately on this lower level, so to speak, but I felt that their ability to be very quick on water, plus in combination with the Far-Seeing helmet that increases the search range, yeah, and the tracking ability to reveal anything that's hidden, that was pretty good. Yeah, that was a pretty good choice, I find. And then these guys here, just as skirmishers. I think... Oh no, they are actually just mercenaries, yeah. Let me look around. Oh yeah, actually that's it. I only have 3 lizards here. Yeah, but I didn't go out of my way to get more of them. I could have, of course, but I feel that this army here is rather powerful, and I really didn't have too many problems. And I never had to restart any missions, except for the final one, I think, because there I took the wrong priorities and things turned out to be a little bit nasty, and I wanted to see other things, yeah, so, but yeah. Well, and then I can't tell much more about my party here, or like the war band. I felt that this was rather useful, yeah, also with the monstrous artillery, with the trolls. That was relatively helpful with the siege boulder, especially to throw the siege boulders into a group of skeletons. So that was usually a good thing, to soften them up nicely before going in with something else. Yeah, that was usually a good thing. Or like to soften something up here with the siege weapon, something that is entrenched somewhere. But otherwise, you could also do it without them, I guess. That just made things easier. Yeah. And in principle, you could, instead of them, you could also have 2 Thunderers more. Yeah. But I felt that I would rather have fewer units that are much better, as you can see here. So I really upgraded them to the maximum. Yeah, with all the abilities here. Yeah. And by the way, here with the artifact, so I gave our battle line here the standards, the tough. Yeah, I always saw to it that I would not have that I would not receive the kills, and most of the time I succeeded nicely. Only rarely someone got killed. Yeah, like after even the first few missions, and that worked out pretty well, and that saw us to these experience levels here. So the ladies here, they are on level 10. That's the maximum. But there you can also see that the missions did not really guarantee really a lot of experience. On the other hand, of course, I really had my killer units rather, and as a killer you get a little bit more experience, I think. The killers with the pilfer ability, right? To get the money. And we have 3,600 now. Yeah. So, yeah, that's it. So, well, and I did enjoy it, but yeah, doesn't feel epic enough for my opinion, especially in comparison. So, and that's of course always the risk that they take if they take a grand name. And I think they should just have, really should just have named the game differently, and it would have been really good as well. Yeah? Maybe even better without the expectation of the old Fantasy General. They should have really not done that, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, enjoyable enough. So that's it. Many thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Oh yeah, and sorry, I'm just mousing over this here. If you want to compare something, I'm not going to explain all the things here. Maybe the Cloak of Invisibility I never really used, never felt that was necessary. So that's the thing that here the Recon Infantry has naturally. It's which one is it here? The Stealth ability. That's this one here. Yeah. The unit can hide and remains hidden in any terrain, unless someone is in the adjacent hex. In the adjacent hex field, and then it's worthless anyway. So I never felt this was really necessary. No one needs to sneak up. Yeah. So then this stuff here. Never used the Spellbook of Destruction really, because that costs a lot of mana, and I already used the mana with Ailsa, who has this thing here. But maybe it's maybe that's actually not so bad. So you find this one in case you're losing you're losing. Oh no, actually no, you can't lose Ailsa because then you fail the mission. That's usually what happens. Yeah, you can't lose Ailsa, so I did find the Spellbook of Restoration sometimes pretty helpful, especially the skill Cleanse. Yeah, because there are some nasty debuffs that the enemy can put on your guys. Here, Statue of Handler, 30 health regeneration. That was really good. Like with this one here, the heavy axemen were nearly unkillable. I gave them the Blood Oak Spear, by the way, for more armor piercing, not so much for the fortification, because they were usually very offensive here, these guys, and not in a defensive role. Not as the Spear Maidens here, with the Shield Maidens. Them I use often in a defensive role, and just to trigger the first defensive fire. Then here Chain of Armor, Plate Mail, War Banners, Steel Standards. Steel Standard was really good in the beginning, especially to reduce our casualties. The Cursed Amulet I underestimated, by the way, so this is really good, the Dark Presence. Because, let's look at the Dark Presence. Yeah, maybe that's actually another good tip here. Here, this one. Causes Curse. The enemy receives more damage from all sources. 50% damage reduction is reduced. So, and that's really good. And that, oh, by the way, that was also one of the key aspects of Dowell Ravencloak jumping in with his Winged Leap ability here, because he has the natural Dark Presence here. That was really good. I had this one here before even the artifact, I think. That was really good, like to weaken the strongest enemies. That was a really good combination. Jumping in, hitting them, especially the Bone Golem. And then here the Plague Doctor Mask was also really good, I find, because it gives a lot of extra health with 100 points and makes them immune to disease. And here the disease is what you pick up from certain undead, and that also increases the chance to suffer kills. And we know we don't want to have any kills because that reduces our experience. The Sash of Blackness, the wearer harasses enemies on attacks. That was also a good thing. That's the thing that happened often with skirmishing attacks. And that's reducing their defense as well. Helmet of Health, reduction of kills suffered. That's also a good thing. And the Horn of Doom, that's also a mass curse. In certain situations, this really turned the whole thing around and allowed me to dispatch a huge number of enemies in a very short time. Horn of Courage, yeah. I gave this one here, by the way, yeah, maybe that's also a really good thing to tell. This one to the trolls, because they usually had a low courage there. Especially for a while. I ran them with only 2 points of morale, these guys. Because I had certain effects on the trolls, because I angered the spirits with my decision. So, like the poor sister Ailsa is disappointed in her brother, has angered the spirits and shocked. That was cruel, brother. Sometimes I do not understand you at all. Yeah, but she also agreed. Yeah, I would even have done something different, which I felt was a better choice, but I did that certain choice only so she could agree with it, yeah, and it wouldn't reduce her morale even more, because with less morale, your defense against magic attacks is also reduced significantly. So, yeah, and then for the last stuff here, Magic Ring for more magic attack, of course, makes more sense. Obviously, with those that cause a lot of damage. Thunderous and Ailsa. Never use the Spirit Mask too often. Spiked Bracers for the Manslayer. I put this one here on one of the newer trolls. Chain of Defense, Missile Damage Reduction. Yeah, I put this one here on the guy in the sky. And the Wolf Mother, which I usually kept in the second line, but just in case someone shoots at her, because she can actually die quickly enough as she doesn't have so much health there. Well, then we can see this here Restoration Potion, thanks to the the use of these artifacts and auras and stuff like that reduce the killing, I didn't have to use the restoration potions, but this would have been the secondary choice, of course, to get the killed people back to life. Yeah. So I've got one ring of rejuvenation here on the Bard, the Black Bard. That usually helped a lot, but because he's actually quite weak with 180 points. But thanks to his leaping attack, yeah, the winged leap, he's also not that much in danger. So that usually helped a lot. Jumping in, cursing, harassing the guy, that's why I have the harassing on him as well. And then killing the unit with someone else. Sandals of Swiftness, that's the retreat chance. Bell of Bear Strength, that gives the Slayer. I really used a lot of stuff that increases speed. Yeah, I really like those to speed things up because of the region wealth dropping usually. Yeah, to get more resources to upgrade things. Water boots I found were really useful, especially for the charger troll. Yeah, then here, well, this stuff here, that's just minor artifacts. I never use once liquid courage, by the way. I just sold those for resources. I think never once. Never used this, or maybe once or so, but barely. And you get this stuff here very often. But of course, this is also a thing that you don't want your units to be killed. So you could also use this. So that's also, by the way, one example for good game design. Whatever your choices, there are ways to compensate, yeah, the downturn. And by the way, I used these diaries for the XP bonus a lot. I had one here with Elsa, actually with all the heroes in there for a long time, yeah, just up to the last mission or so. Which is also why I saw to it to get the additional artifact slots. So, and I felt that was actually quite helpful. This here, then I've got the woodland boots, that's the movement penalty. Never used those, I think. Fortification tools just for the fortify. I had that on the spear, here, the shield maidens. So they could fortify. Oh, no, sorry, no. Where did I have that? I think I had those on the trackers. So they could run around, check stuff, and then fortify. That saved one tracker's unit in one particular mission, yeah, against harpies. Then we've got the lots of healing elixirs, Amulet of Life, Lover's Pendant wearer cannot get charmed. That was helpful for the wolves, yeah, because they could be charmed by harpies easily. Lover's Pendant Dragonhide Belt for the magic damage reduction. Mana elixirs, I use a few of them, but not many. Most of them I just exchange for resources, like here, I'm not sure, like for weapons or whatever. Braces of Strength for more melee damage, that wasn't so bad for a while. And then here movement range, the surge increase, and spiked belts for more armor piercing. So this is the inferior version basically of the here, the Blood Oak Spears there. That also gives the armor piercing plus the fortify. So and that's it. So I do like the thing here with the artifacts. In the original game you could, as we recall, only have one artifact per unit. And this is certainly more interesting this way, to get a little bit more role-playing aspects in there. Yeah. So, and that's Fantasy General 2. So, 81 points in my opinion. Some questionable choices, but all in all a really good game. Worth playing. Not entirely my personal taste, but I had a good time here, or good enough time. I would have wanted some different and more units, but I think their idea is that they just sell you some more campaigns, like this one for the Empire. Yeah, I think that's the main idea probably, and well, why not? But yeah, I think they shouldn't have used the name Fantasy General in the first place. Yeah. Because I think that raised two different expectations there. So then here we are. But it's good, I recommend it, and it's certainly enjoyable. But don't expect too much of it in relation to the old one. So, many thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, found this one entertaining and informative. See you in the next video on Playing Hardball. Check out some Let's Plays. See you next time. Bye bye.